Okay,
Glad you do. I
there
can't
we
figure it
go.
out.
Oh, and we're still not figured out over here. All right, hello, folks. Yes. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Yeah, I am Diana Clarion, and God, I'm out of it. If you hear that crazy noise over there, that's the cat water fountain, which I've got to put some water in there. Um, oh God, yeah, give me a half a minute to do that. Let's just get this window going over here. There, now we're going. There we go. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna throw some water in that cat fountain. Oh my, oh my. Today's a
I think that's a
weird
good
day.
idea.
Well, in the meantime, hi everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick. No, anyway.
Not
Yeah.
yet, Kate, but I'm working on it.
All right, fair enough. Well, it looks to
I
me
haven't
like
been
you're
home
about to
long enough yet.
partake, so perhaps I shall as well.
Yeah, go right ahead. Let's do it. It's what I like to do on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and Mondays, Wednesdays, and on the weekend too.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I try to limit myself to days that end in Y.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go with that from now on.
I'm
Days that end
sorry,
in Y.
folks. Today
Or
is a
just on the
really
numbered
weird
days.
day. Really is.
Only
Oh,
on the
it's
Kate will
numbered
tell
days.
you how weird I've been.
I never partake on days that start with, like 40.
Right. Yes. No. Yeah. Never on those days. And
Yeah.
anything past 31, I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it.
Well,
So
Okay,
that's my limit,
I
man.
came in on something interesting here.
She said hi to everybody, and I said not yet, Kate, but I'm working on it. I said I haven't been
right.
home long enough yet, and I said, I try to, I like to smoke on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays, and then there's Monday and Wednesday. Oh, and the weekend.
Days ending in
Right.
Y.
I was
And
Yeah.
talking
that's
about
what
how I'm
that
actually
was
taking a
exactly what she
break.
said next.
I'm trying to limit myself to days that end in Y,
Right.
and if a day starts with 40, nah, forget it. I'm just only 1 through 31 I'll do, but
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
me too.
because that's just too
Yeah.
much in a month doing 40 days of getting high.
Oh
She's
my.
like, I don't do the days of starting 4.
Hmm. Oh no, the fourth. I will do the fourth.
Well, you said 40s. The
Right,
40s.
right, right, right,
Yeah.
right. But I mean, four
Oh
does
my.
technically start and end with 4.
Yeah, but we're talking about multiple digits here, and that was already assumed
True,
between the two
true,
of us. So,
true.
yeah.
I'm just pedantic.
Yes. And I'm just sarcastic, and I love to go along with somebody being pedantic. So,
Oh,
I'm good.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Now,
Who, me?
hello.
No. Me, no.
Oh, hey, you know what I just realized? A French supervillain's evil laugh. Mwahaha.
Okay.
Anyway.
Would
I
you like me
guess.
to do that for you? I do a really good mwahaha now with my
If you
deeper
like.
voice.
If
Watch
you
that.
like.
Yeah, I noticed that the.
Are you ready?
Uh oh.
That'll do.
Yeah, I noticed the tea is
Probably the
really
worst one I've
kicking
done,
in there.
honestly, but not too bad. Oh yeah, it's going down low. I love it.
Mm.
It's great. Hairy
Yeah.
legs and everything.
Oh no.
Hey.
Hairy as fuck. I've never had hair that long in my life on my legs. It's like that long. Yeah, my son is covered. He's like, this is what you have to look forward to, Pops. And I was like, what? And he took a picture of his shoulder right here on his back where the hair's growing. And I was like,
Oh
oh,
no.
fuck, bro. Really?
What's your ancestry then, I wonder?
We are Italian, Irish, German, and English.
Okay, it's the
I'm
Italian
literally
doing
split
it.
into 4.
Yeah.
It is absolutely the Italian doing it. My dad's side of the family's Italian, and wow, I believe the term is hirsute. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing
Right.
that right. I've only seen it like spelled, but still.
Say the word again.
Hirsute, Hirsute. It means covered in fur.
Mm. Yeah, all you need now is a little bit of Greek in there, and you're all
Yeah,
set.
if it's Italian, it probably ends in like
Oh,
te
it's
or
not.
something.
I don't think it's an
Hirsute
Italian
or
word.
something.
I don't think it's an Italian word.
Oh,
It's
okay.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, hirsute.
Hirsute.
Well, I don't have any major back hair coming in yet, so I don't think I'm going to get it like him because I'm at the stage now where he started to like get a bunch of it on his shoulders. So he's like a year ahead of me.
Okay.
Actually, he's almost 2 years ahead of me. Actually, so yeah, he's been on T for 2.5 years now.
And that's not a situation you hear about too terribly often, like parent and child transitioning in the same.
I know, right? I told him we should
Yeah.
do a show together.
Sure,
there's
why
no
don't you?
way.
Really?
Because he
I
never
mean,
has time, and he's not a YouTube person.
No.
So,
I'll
like,
find
I don't know,
pictures.
call it a documentary. Like, I don't know, one of those cable stations like the Discovery Channel or something. They do a show about it, I bet.
Well, I don't know.
That's my kid.
Yikes.
Okay, then.
Told you, he's got a big ass beard.
Oh, I hope he doesn't have an ass beard.
You know what killed? Oh no, we all have ass beards. You have to shave it. It comes with the testosterone. So the first thing you get, is growth. But mine stopped early, so I'm so grateful. I didn't want it to get big. Anyways, I'd rather just get rid of it. But he the second thing that happens is you get ass hair. Literally. Yeah, but you know what's funny is he never looked very good when he was trying to be a she.
Yeah.
But now that he's being himself, I got a good looking fucking kid. Every time you put makeup on, I'd be like, dude, why do you put makeup on? You look weird. I just felt awkward for him.
No,
Mhm.
And then one day he's like, oh, I don't want you to be upset. And he starts crying. And I'm like, what's wrong, sweetheart? What's wrong? I want to be a guy. I was like, join the club. Everybody wants a dick. Go do what you want. And he was like, what? And it was the first time I had ever said it to anybody. It's the first time I had ever told anybody that that's how I felt. And he just looked at me like this, like, what? And I said, go get a dick. Get your boobs chopped off. Who cares? Be yourself. I said, did you kill anybody? And he was like, no. And I said, are you a thief? Hell no. Rapist? No. He's like, why are you asking me this? And I said, then how can I be disappointed in you? And he just cried.
now,
And
if I'm
then
going to be
8 months later,
100
started transitioning.
Now, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I will say that the neck beard is kind of ishy. But other than
Yeah,
that,
he lets it go too far. I don't like that part. I don't like it all the way down here like he's got it. But
it looks a little too QAnon. It looks a little too MAGA,
Looks a little too Amish to
January
me.
6th. I don't know.
But
To me,
he's-
I'm seeing January 6th, but that's just me.
yeah, but the funny thing is about 8 or 9 months ago, he had like no hair on his upper lip at all. So it's finally coming in for him. So yeah, I think once that upper lip gets filled in more, he'll change it. But he started doing that because that's the only place he had hair. He wasn't getting any up here on his, up here at all. It was all the jawline and that and down. I have to shave the shit out of my neck. That's the first place it grows in. So a lot of trans guys, I refuse to do it, but a lot of trans guys will let that grow just so they have some kind of facial hair. But I think it looks kind of weird, number one. And number two, I'm like, that's just like screaming I'm trans. I would rather people look at me and think, man, he grows hair slow on his face. Because like it's still growing in.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, but I don't want to that would just give me dysphoria because then I'd look like all the trans guys that can't grow facial hair.
So
But
it's
see,
amazing.
honestly, that would not scream trans guy to me. The first thing I think of when I see that neck beard is either, living in the basement of your parents' house, playing, video games and jacking off to the internet, or I think living in an open carry state, wearing camo with an M16 strapped to your back.
Okay, first of all, neither one.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
my
I
kid is
figured. There's
very
no-
independent and busts his ass every single day. He's a great kid.
And I would definitely think that of any kid of yours. I'm just saying is what I saw is where
No,
my
I know.
dream-
If you just looked at him on the street somewhere or in a paper,
Yeah.
you go, "What the
First
fuck?" Yeah, I get
impression.
it.
First
Yeah.
impression. Actually, it
Yeah.
reminds me of this card game I like to play. I forget what it's called. I think it's like unusual suspects. I don't know, something like that. I always just call it the racist game, because basically what it comes down to is you put a bunch of cards out of various characters, and one of them did the crime, whatever it may be, and everyone has to look at these pictures and judge based on like a clue whether or not they think this person or that person might have done the thing in the clue.
That sounds like really racist.
It is, and it's just so much. It reveals a lot about the players when they talk about why they think someone did or didn't do it.
I better not play that game with anybody. I'll lose the couple of friends I have. Never mind. Except for the black chick. That's my best friend.
Well, there is this one dude and I at game night. We would always argue about this one card where I insisted the guy just looks like a hippie, and he insisted, no, that's a biker.
A biker?
Well,
hippie.
it could be.
I don't know.
But I mean, the hippie and the biker line can bump up against each other, but it's usually pretty definite.
How granola the hippie is, I suppose.
Right, exactly. Depends on how granola the biker is too. Because some of the bikers like lean way over to hippie, and some of them are like way over here at metalheads and shit. So, yeah, just
unfortunately, a few too many Nazis.
Oh,
I'm just mad because I don't have that chest hair yet. Fucking shit.
It's amazing to hear you speak this way, because I was so thrilled when my hairs quit growing in. My hair doesn't grow worth shit anymore, which, I mean, except for the stuff on the head. I wish the stuff on the head would grow, but the rest of it
always grows in the wrong place.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff could just go to hell. And I was just so thrilled that, I shave once a week, one of those little deals. You can't see it anyway because it's white.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, I have that Italian father, birth father, mind you.
Yeah.
It was interesting how that worked out. I was adopted by an Italian father and a Jewish mother, and allegedly the adoption agency claims that's what they I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, so biological Italian father, okay, on my Amazon wish list, there's this like $300 laser epilation thingy on there, because I'd like to basically everything from the neck down. Well, but it's laser though.
Yeah.
Everything from the neck down, just get rid of it all. Everything.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we'll keep some of the bikini line area, but seriously, like, let's just get rid of the legs and the arms and the underarms.
Yeah, that's something too. A little TMI here. I really don't even have to shave the pits that often. I mean, when it stopped growing, it stopped growing. Wow, that was great.
My hair already grew quickly, and now it's like I get a haircut, and the next thing I know, I'm like, fuck, how long that is already. I literally just got this cut like a fucking week and a half ago, and it's already.
Oh, I was like that when I was younger.
Son of a bitch.
That is so frustrating. My hair has always grown so slowly. I mean, so slowly. You have no idea. There was one point where I actually like marked the date down from when I like bleached to when it hit my shoulders. It was like a year and a half, 2 years.
Oh boy. Okay.
Like my hair grows really. It's not even that it's breaking off, that it can't get too
Just
long.
slow growth.
It's yes, very slow.
Yeah, I've never had that. I mean, well, like we were saying, that Italian part of me,
but I'm just talking about my head fur, the stuff that I don't want to be there at all. That goes like gangbusters.
Yeah.
Oh,
of course.
Yeah. But there's an interesting.
That Italian part will kill you with the hair. It really will.
It really will.
But at the same time, I'm like over here. Honestly, if I had not been trimming this whole time, this would be all the way down to here right now.
All right.
But I didn't want to look scraggly at work.
Yeah.
And look like, because it comes in so thin at first. So I've been trimming it down real low and just letting it, I let it grow out a little bit to about that long-ish, and then I trim it off again just to try to. But it's growing in darker now, so that's good. I wish this would. I have a bunch of hair here, but it's all blonde.
Okay.
Blonde to very light brown, so nobody can see. It looks like I have a dirty upper lip.
Well, just promise me you won't get like a John Waters porn stash.
Oh God, no! I don't want anything. I actually, I went through Face App and some other stuff like on TikTok, and they had the different like guy beard things, and I played with all those, and I did a bunch of screenshots, and I went back through and looked at all of them, and I think I want kind of uh, not as short as a Don Johnson. I don't know how to describe it, but close trimmed. Close trimmed facial hair everywhere.
Miami Vice, and I'm trying to picture him with a beard.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
he always had that 5 o'clock shadow.
5 o'clock, whatever. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, but a little longer. I want it about this long.
All
just
right.
a little bit longer than that. And then I think I'm just going to do mustache, goatee, and sideburns. And then my mustache, I want it just a little bit longer than, than that.
Maybe I'm visualizing it
I
wrong.
just don't. I don't want
like Hell's Angels energy.
I'll find an example. Hold on.
All right.
Now it's interesting you were talking about the genetics, though. I got hooked up with a survey type thing with the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. They call it All of Us, I think, or something like that. It's correlations of medical conditions and genetics and everything. They sent me a little flyer on my probable genetics, and it turns out I'm heavy toward the Northern European. So these people who were telling me I look Scottish may have had a point. So that's something good for you. So, know a little bit of something.
Right.
Yeah, because I was raised by Eastern Europeans, but everybody's, no, you don't look it or anything like that.
Huh.
I think about that long it looks really good on me.
All right, fair enough.
So wait a minute, that's a face app thing on you?
Yeah, that they just put the hair on your face, but it looks so fucking realistic. It's weird.
I tell you,
like you can see every single little hair on the app. I don't even know how they do that.
Well, I mean, I sort of know how, but only in general terms.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to find, maybe they're only still on my phone, but I had some really amusing pictures of like hitting my face with like both the masculinized and feminized filters, and it was interesting what happened, but now I don't see them. I guess they're only on my phone. Dratsky.
Yeah.
This is me with the same thing, but just really, really high.
Oh.
I was so high. I was like, sup?
Oh, here's one. Okay. This is the Snapchat thingy.
What?
Let's see. Go.
Weird.
Yeah. I guess hitting a girl with a girl filter turns you into a porcelain doll.
I was going to say China doll, yeah.
Huh.
Now, maybe I shouldn't have put on the grouchy face for the boy picture, but still.
I don't know.
It definitely looks like...
You look halfway to Jake
like
Younger.
It looks like those two people are squished together. If you squish them together, they make you. So I think that's pretty accurate.
Maybe.
I think
fair enough. I don't know. It's funny because, well, I don't know. It's just funny.
I had some fun
more
with
pictures
that.
than that, but mostly what I'm finding are like the ones of me as a Disney character or whatever, an anime character. Those.
Yeah.
Yeah, there goes the
Which is incidentally what I used to make my avatar there.
So you think that this is not a good look?
Well, no. That's a different porn stash. I said John Waters. The one that's just
I think it's the only porn stash one I have.
Over the upper lip, that one. That's just something about that screams creepy. Like it could be on the nicest person in the world, it still screams creepy.
Oh, you talking about how it curls over the lip?
No.
Oh,
It looks like someone drew a mustache over his upper lip in eyeliner. It's just pencil thin.
Oh, that little.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. I don't think I did
Oh,
any
it's
like
just
that because I think that looks
creepy as
ridiculous.
hell. I don't know. There's just something about it. It screams pedophile.
How about me with clearer skin and curly ass, almost fro hair?
Oh my gosh, you
Oh,
look like a
jeez.
90s college student.
I know, right? That's the only reason I kept it. It's horrible,
Eek.
but I thought it was hilarious. Oh, here you go. Here's the. This is just weird. This looks like some kind of. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
What the fuck is that? Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna
I
say
don't.
emo kid. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
It's like one of those.
put on black and you're an emo kid in that one.
It's kind of like the '70s hits Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Joan Jett with that hair like that. That's totally like a Joan Jett
Oh,
thing,
I
isn't it?
was looking at the beard though.
Yeah.
I mean, beard plus hair screams 90s emo kid to me.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Probably accurate. It's so funny. I like look at myself in these pictures from a year ago, and my face looks so different now. It has widened so much. It blows my mind.
It amazed me. I've known a few people who have gone on to, and the facial change that occurs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I wish
wouldn't
this
think,
this
but-
extra skin right here would go over here and make my face a little.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, I literally Here you go. This is me before I started tea.
Huh.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Look how much thinner
Okay.
my face is.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, and I didn't even realize it. Like, just looking through those pictures, I was like, holy shit. Like, that doesn't even look like me anymore. I don't know who the fuck that is, but it don't look like me.
Well,
I
that,
also
that
used
is yeah.
one of those filters that makes you look like a little kid, and mine ended up looking like this.
It's probably accurate, though.
Actually, that really is me as a baby. like there's no filter there. That really is me.
This is me sick, but you can still see how skinny my face is.
You look grouchy.
Well, I was sick. I had
Oh.
gotten my
So,
second COVID shot, and it for 2 days
Oh.
I was down.
oh,
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
It's the only one that affected me like that. The other two just made me
Oh.
feel a little tired.
See, the
But
first
the
one
second
affected
one
me
got me.
not at all sore arm, but the second shot and the booster dropped me to the floor for 3 days.
Really? See, the booster
Yes.
didn't do it to me. I felt a little yucky, achy, kind of a little bit for like 12, 14 hours. And I just felt a little lethargic. And then
Well,
by Sunday, I was fine.
I guarantee you that if I have to get it like another booster or something, I'm clearing at least 4 days to recover.
Yeah, good idea.
Like I've never been more sick in my entire life than after those 2 shots. Let me clarify, I don't regret them. They were just unpleasant.
Mm-hmm. I got a major pain at the injection site, but the rest of it wasn't
Well, you know-
that bad.
I've had some patients complain to me and say that they think that they injected it too soon. It was still cold. It was still too cold. Because it felt really cold going in, and then their arm hurt like a motherfucker. Like 30, 40 minutes later, started hurting. And so, and people need to understand that, you know, when liquid freezes, it crystallizes, right? And then it freezes solid. And then as it defrosts, there's crystals in there until it is fully defrosted. So if they're injecting it too soon, they're injecting little crystals of COVID vaccine into your fucking arm, and it's like literally cutting you as it's getting injected in.
Okay.
Well, I know that when I got the second shot, it felt like my arm was resisting as hard as it could. It felt like he was pushing the liquid inside the vaccine into something where there wasn't enough room for it to go. Right?
Yeah, it was probably too cold, or he had the wrong size needle.
Maybe. And I know that the booster and the second one both felt the same. The first one, I had to ask, did you really did that? That was, you got it?
See, that's
Because-
what makes me think they didn't defrost it all the way, because they can't let it sit out. So they keep it frozen. You check in, they make you wait for a few minutes, and they pull yours out and they set it aside and let it start defrosting. That's why you have to wait 10 minutes or whatever to go in there and get injected. So it just makes me think they didn't let it defrost all the way.
I guess not. If I have to get boosted again, I will mention it.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that's also why I got so sick.
No, I don't think that would matter. Because as soon as it gets into your body and it's injected in, it's going to defrost like that. I don't think that would have anything to do with it. It's just a matter of it being painful. It shouldn't affect anything because vaccines don't separate, you know? Like
I know, but well, let me just say that both of the times I got super freaking sick were both of the times that they had to really push to get the vaccine in there. I know correlation isn't causation, but it's a data point anyway.
Yeah. Could be a coincidence, could be something, vital I'm not thinking of. I'm not a doctor. I just know a lot of medical shit.
Yeah.
So I mean that shouldn't really do anything to you, honestly. It shouldn't affect you in any way. Because let's say you take lemonade, right? You made some homemade lemonade, you put it in the freezer. And you go back later and it's frozen and it's separated. Vaccines don't do that. And the way you can tell is if it were to separate at all, they probably wouldn't pre-mix it. They usually give you a powder and then sodium bicarbonate, and you put the sodium bicarbonate in the vial and shake it around. That's what they do with stuff that separates. They don't give it to you mixed. They give it to you in a powder form, and you mix it yourself. So the point is I don't think that the vaccine wasn't like together and doing what it was supposed and not doing what it was supposed to be doing. I feel like it was probably doing what it was supposed to be doing.
Still,
it's probably just coincidence.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I suspect there might be something about like if it's crystalline when it goes in and then it defrosts, like I don't know, maybe at the wrong rate for how sort of like a certain density of it or something. I don't know. I mean, it seems to me it could present some sort of an unforeseen factor. That's also maybe.
Right, but you're also talking about an intramuscular shot. This is not something that got injected into your vein. If it got injected in your vein, that's a whole different ball. I know,
but I'm just saying, is like maybe there's something about like getting it frozen versus getting it defrosted that makes it different somehow.
Could be. I mean, I don't know that much about that vaccine.
Yeah,
could be. Anything's possible. Who knows?
Well, not anything is possible.
Well, as our in-laws always said, no, it's not.
There are some
things that
I
are
can
possible.
point to that are definitely not possible.
Lots of things are possible. Did you guys hear about the pill that they made?
What? Where? When?
Vaccine pill.
No.
Oh, yes. I mean, I didn't hear a lot, but I heard, I saw a headline.
No, tell me.
Yeah,
tell me about
it's,
it.
I believe it's a capsule, I think. Anyways, the best thing about this is this, okay? It doesn't have to go in a deep freeze. It's going to be easier to transport, easier to hand out to people. You don't have to, nobody has to give them an injection. You hand them a pill. That's it. Take your fucking pill.
Nice.
Like literally.
I like it.
So they don't have to worry about refrigeration. Vaccine. And it won't expire as quickly either because it doesn't require that refrigeration. Stuff that requires refrigeration usually expires way faster than pills and capsules.
But of course, in capsule form, it makes it so much easier to get the microchip into your system, though.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. It might be tablet. I honestly can't remember. The first thing that popped in my head was capsule, but that doesn't mean it's correct.
Well, I was kidding completely.
No, I know. I'm just deadly honest, so I was gonna make sure to clarify. I was clarifying my end. I know you're just being Kate.
Well, I don't know. It's weird though, because like sometimes when I'm joking and then people start clarifying, it sometimes seems like they think I was completely serious and they're correct. No, I don't mean you. I mean sometimes people in general, and I'm like, so then when they start clarifying, I'm like, are they as pedantic as me or did they just not understand me? I don't know which, and I don't know the protocol for asking.
Well, I'm going to base my opinion on this off the fact that you and I kind of have some similar part of our sense of humor is similar.
Perhaps a bit.
Though they don't understand us, Kate.
Okay.
because we say things seriously, like seriously when we're being sarcastic or pedantic or whatever, they literally are like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and you're like, no, wait. I'm like, oh, no, wait, hold on, just 1 second. Don't go off. Don't go down that rabbit hole. I was kidding. And they're like, oh.
One of my favorite things to do. I'm on the phone. I'm making an appointment, doctor, whatever, and they'll say like, "Oh, we can see you at 12:30," and I'll say, "Can you make it like 12:32?" And some of them get that it's a joke and laugh along with me, but some of them have this stunned deer in headlights silence to where I'm like, oh my God, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. It's okay. Don't panic. I'm kidding. Like I have to talk them down like they're about to jump because their brain isn't equipped to handle this out of the box thought. It really does tell me a lot about people, whether or not they get a joke quickly.
Oh yeah. You can know, one, if they have a sense of humor, or two, if they're, I don't want to sound mean, but people that are less intelligent than a lot of the people we hang around on YouTube do not catch stuff as quickly as people like us that we hang around with on YouTube. And I mean, I'm not picking on anybody that's less intelligent. I'm sorry. I'm not picking on them. It was what they were handed.
Well,
some of us got lucky. I have a highly intelligent brother.
Understand it.
Yeah, I have a highly intelligent brother, and then here I am. So you never know what you're going to get, in the box of cookies. So just the way it is. Yeah, my brother scored points over genius before he left high school, and that was back when they didn't. Now they check kids before kindergarten. Did you guys know that?
No, I did not know that. No.
They did that with Heather's kids. And both of them started a year early because they, at the age of each of them at right around the time they turned 5, right before kindergarten, she had them tested, and they both scored 3 and 4 points over genius.
See, and that is one of the things that kind of bothers me a little bit. It's like I don't begrudge today's kids any of the things that they're getting because that would be obnoxious, but I do a little bit wish some of this stuff was around when I was a kid because I know my IQ is up there. No. I really do. I wish that this kind of thing had been known because then at least, like, if nothing else, the autism could have been caught early. That kind of thing.
God, don't even get me started. Actually, let me tell you something.
Knowing that I'm really smart early would have been nice because then people would have been, so that's why she's having a hard time socializing.
Well, the thing that I had noticed, because I got a whole bunch of those tests and everything, I was one of the few who did back in the early 60s. The expectations that were laid on me were something far and away beyond what should have been the case. There were too many expectations laid on me by the test results. What the hell did you do to yourself?
I knocked my phone off the table and it went on the corner and landed on my tailbone. Just perfect. Bam.
Okay. So, it would have been, I don't know, maybe it would have been better had I just thought I was dumb or weird or something, or both.
Keep in mind, of course, that I'm a bit more assertive than you, and if they had tried to put too much on me, I would have told them to go soak their head. And not that politely by any stretch.
In a barrel of kerosene, yes.
It's like, seriously, if people start trying to force me into situations I don't want to be in, I am not one to be too embarrassed to tell them to fuck off.
I used to be like that. I used to be that person that was trying to please everybody. But the older I get, the smaller my give a fuck meter goes. And now I'm to the point where my button really isn't working anymore to even turn the meter on. Like, you can't even turn the meter on anymore. And people are like, oh, how can you do that? You don't care about what people think of you? I'm like, well, we all care to a point. We don't want to meet somebody for the first time and them get a bad at first impression or think we're a slob or we're stupid or, whatever. We all have our own hangups. But besides that, no, I really don't care. Because the bottom line is I know I'm a good person. I know I treat others well. I know that I always treat everybody else better than I do even myself. So if anybody can be mad at me, it's me. Nobody else is allowed to be mad at me or judge me because I'm nice to everybody else but myself. So therefore, if someone thinks I'm an asshole, all that tells me is you don't fucking know me, and I don't give a fuck what you think because you're nobody to me. So I just don't care.
And I mean, that's the thing is like, I don't mind if people don't like me. I don't mind if people think bad things about me. I only care how they treat me. You know, I mean, you can think I am the most lowly, slimy, scum-sucking vermin on the earth, but if you treat me politely and you don't talk shit behind my back, I'm okay. You know?
There you go.
I'm okay as long as, we can be in the same room together. It's all right. But you know, it's like right now I know I'm moving from San Diego in July, right? Which means that none of the people who live around me or who maybe see me on the street from time to time because we live near the same place or go to the same supermarket, none of those people matter anymore. They're nameless and faceless and always have been to me. But even so, if someone like sees me often enough and they start to think I'm too freaking weird, well, that could turn into a problem. I don't know, probably never will. We're complete strangers. But then again, strangers often do horrible things to each other on the streets. One of the reasons I want to go back to Vermont. It's not like that there. But anyway, point being is now if there's like a shirt that I didn't wear because I felt a little self-conscious because I was worried what people might think, fuck it. You know, if I want to walk around in those earbuds I have that make it look like I have elf ears, you know, screw it. It doesn't matter because these people are like, even if they have a bad reaction to me, I'm not going to see them again in a few months, ever. So, you know, so there is a certain amount of freedom in that, you know, in knowing that even if I'm self-conscious, it doesn't matter.
I think that's part of the appeal for people that live in cities. And I've thought about this before. I haven't thought about it in a long time. But the fact that there's so many people and there's so many people around and there's so many people doing whatever they want that they can just be themselves because nobody's going to really fucking notice or care.
On the
people
other
in big
hand,
cities don't like look at everybody. They're just like, I got to get to work. I want to get home. Like that's, you know, they don't look around a lot. And by the way, Lady Di, I have to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
With my face like this, with the sun on it, doesn't it look like I have a concave nose?
What, the way the light is coming on you?
Yeah. Looks like my nose dips in.
Come to think of it, yeah.
Like, dude, I'm deformed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, having lived in both Seattle and San Diego, I'm not sure I agree with your assessment of people on the street, but hey, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it depends, but I can only, you know, that would be a whole rabbit hole if I wasn't generalizing. I'm not going to sit there and like name off cities that I've been in that I've seen that. But I just think in general, people living in a rural area versus people living in a city, the city people are more likely to just be themselves. Plus, that also has to do with diversity and blah, blah, blah in the cities versus the rural and the suburban areas.
Well, I mean, another nice thing is that, like, you know, the Burlington area has a lot of counterculture going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and Seattle did. Apparently, it's getting quite gentrified since I left. I guess that was my fault. No, I'm kidding. It does. If I wouldn't have left, a lot of the things that I love are gone now, and a lot of the things that I love are going away. Seattle will always a little bit be home for me, but it's not my Seattle anymore. But Burlington has stayed relatively the same. Most of Vermont has stayed relatively the same. And while it's much smaller, I mean, Burlington has that sort of like Oregon feel to it, the Portland, Oregon feel to it.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I can dig it. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be good to be there, and I can be weirder than, you know, other places there if I want to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Actually, one thing that I had an idea for a while back, and I wanted to have a sort of cyberpunk-inspired duster, you know, like a cross between a motorcycle jacket and a trench coat kind of thing, but, you know, in that certain style. And someone, I forget her name, and she disappeared during the pandemic, and I hope she's okay, was sort of working on one for me with light fabric so I could wear it in San Diego. But now that I'm moving to Vermont, it'd be great to get one that's actually like functional as well as you know, good looking, but I think I might have to find another tailor, seamstress, whatever they're called, you know, to look at it with me, to plan it with me. I have a bunch of reference art, you know, so that might be something I do when I get to Vermont. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah. Hey Bree, how you doing, honey?
Bree. Hi, Bree.
Oh, I didn't even notice that Stool is here.
Well, that's easily done.
How you doing, Stool?
Yeah, Stool, if you're perfect, you wouldn't hate it. And I realize that he's, trying to be funny. I just want to see him call me a filthy leser again.
Oh
what was I
my,
gonna
3
say?
species of crab. Oh, yay.
Damn it. I was going to say something.
I think they make
don't know what it was.
shampoos for that, don't they?
Yeah. They
sure.
sell them in the drugstore. Go over by where the dandruff shampoo is and look on the bottom shelf.
Actually, so
You'll find it there.
here's
I've worked
here's
a lot
a
of
weird
retail in the
question,
past.
actually. I mean, if I'm assuming crabs are basically pubic lice, right? The same
Yes,
thing.
yes.
That's
Okay,
exactly
well,
what it is, yeah.
if you just shave, won't that take care of them?
Well, the problem is if they're too small, they can like get in your skin and stuff and pores.
Oh, okay,
so
fair enough.
you kind of want to I would shave and then wash the entire middle area of my body because with me, like I have long leg hair, so I would just wash everything that might have hair that it could clean to, kind of thing. But
Fair enough.
But there
It's
are
just
lots of people that have gotten rid of lice because they couldn't get rid of it, and they'll
Hmm.
shave their heads or shave their junk and
It's just something
use the
I've often
shampoo, and then
wondered.
it goes away.
Like I've heard about. I remember there was a lice outbreak in my school once, and I remember thinking,
yeah?
like, what can you do? Are there other ways? And it just
Gasoline kills them.
Especially
I don't
when you
believe
set
I
it
would
on
apply
fire.
that to my noggin, though.
No, actually, anything with petroleum in it will kill them. They can't breathe.
It's weird because like I've looked
Diesel
and I've
would
looked
probably
and
work
I
better.
can't find petroleum marmalade. I can only find jelly.
Well, what the fuck?
I know, right?
Can you
They're
find
just
petroleum
constantly out of
jelly?
stock.
Can you find petroleum jelly that's flavored like marmalade?
Probably not. I don't know. It's funny, like for a while there, I thought it'd be fun to name a fictional band Petroleum Toast because it's what you put petroleum jelly on. But every time I would say petroleum toast, people would be like, "What the frig is that?" And I'd be like, "It's what you put petroleum jelly on." They're like,
There was this lady back in the 80s that got vaginal jelly.
Oh,
and it was like Monostat cream or something like that.
no.
And she said, she called the company and complained and said, "This isn't helping me at all." And they said, how many times are you using it a day? And she said, "I'm using it according to the directions, 2 times a day." And the guy's, "Well, that's weird. Are you using enough?" And she's like, "Yes, I'm going directly by the directions." And he was like, "Excellent. Okay, let me see what else let me think for a second." And she said, "And by the way, it tastes terrible." And he was like, "What?" And she said, "I don't know how you people are supposed to eat this. I put it on toast because I just could not stand the taste of it." And he goes, "Okay, let's start over."
Yeah.
And so
It's
then
kinda
after
like-
that, it says on the tube, "Do not eat," because of her.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure she was the catalyst for that.
Well,
I'm not
it's kinda like-
positive, but that really happened. I think I
It's
was
kind of
like,
like when you have to explain to someone that it's pronounced
81.
analgesic.
Yeah.
not analgesic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now, you want to know the most jokiest dad joke I ever joked?
Oh, give it to me.
All right, so I go into the store and I'm buying a bunch of stuff, and instead of using the U-scan thingy like I usually do, like I had something, might have been booze, but I don't think so.
I was gonna say alcohol, right? Yeah.
Well, one of those things where you can't use the U-scan thingy. I forget what. And so they turned to me and they go, "Do you want everything in the bag?" And I said, "Nah, just the stuff I bought."
There you go. No, that sounds like something I would say. It totally does. I was at the store with Heather, and I got up by the register, and the lady said, "Would you like a bag?" Or she meant as in, or do you have one? Because here they don't hand out plastic bags very often. Only like the restaurants do. Everybody else is paper, and they charge you 10 cents a bag to discourage people. And there's very little litter here, and that's why. And so they're very strict about it here. So they are like, would you like a bag? And I was like, no, thanks. I already got one. And Heather was like, hey, she totally. And the lady was like, huh? But Heather was like, she knew exactly what I meant. She totally gets my sense of humor.
That is absolutely cold-blooded. Wow.
Oh, she's amazing. I wish we were still together, but
Okay.
I was just about to ask if you were on speaking terms
hold on.
again.
Life.
We're like trying to learn how to be friends.
Okay.
And not have the other part of it. And I said to her, because she said something, and I said, I kind of I was trying to figure out how to tell you without sounding like such a guy. And I said, I miss you I miss you. And she was like, I miss you too. And I was like, okay, so it's, I don't want to sound horrible, but man, we had some great sex. And she was like, right. I said, so I don't want to sound like a dude, but damn, I miss that. She was like, and I said, yeah, I'm never getting anything like that again. I'm screwed. And she's like, no, you aren't. And I was like, ha 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 ha.
So
I tried.
Take a wild guess who contacted me last night. Remember that psycho junkie ex of mine?
Oh no!
Oh no way! I was trying to think of which ex, and I thought it can't be the junkie.
It is. I'm afraid so. Yeah. She popped into some of my comments, and when I saw her name, I was really close to hitting the block button, like really close. But we talked for a bit in my comment section. It was pretty amiable, but then she started like hitting some topics where I was like, this should be private, right?
Right.
And we talked about it a bit, and it sounded a little bit like she was in the make amends part of the 12-step program or something, apologizing to the people you've hurt. I mean, she didn't exactly say I'm sorry, but there was a lot of I don't want to hurt you again. If you're uncomfortable, don't accept my friend request, yada yada yada. So she was pretty okay about it, but oh man, did that bring up a whole bunch of feelings. It's like when you have that one person who just gets under your skin and into your blood, and you can't seem to get rid of them no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Flea, and I mean, God, I fell for her fast and hard. You have no idea, but circumstances, and it's been something like a decade since she and I have spoken until last night, and it was strange, but I did tell her it was kind of awkward for me, and she was like, okay, well, I don't want to hurt you again, so,
Is she all cleaned up now?
I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't want to get that deep. You know what I mean?
Well, at least she was being, the reason I asked is because most addicts, when they are currently addicted to actively using something, are not very considerate of other people, because they're so wrapped up in their own shit and their drugs that they just are not cognitive worried about what other people's feelings are. And the fact that she mentioned that tells me that she's at least cognitive of that. So that's good news.
I mean, I can probably go the rest of my life and die happy, never again speaking to her. But at the same time, I'm glad to have had that interaction, just because it was a certain amount of closure that I needed.
I was just about to say that.
So that really helped. That really, but it came out of the freaking blue. You know what I mean?
Hey, how you doing? What the fuck?
Cha. And I mean, so that happened. I'm glad you started talking exes, because I wasn't sure how to bring that one up, but I knew I wanted to talk about it.
Well, just for people that don't know, she is also my boss, so it makes it kind of awkward because I have to work with her every day. And I actually put in a proposal to her and the other owner, who's the new owner, to work from home 4 days out of the week, because I just have trouble working around people. And I literally am talking to my therapist about getting me checked for Asperger's, because I know I'm not autistic because I'm high functioning, but my brother is autistic. And
terminology has changed a smidge.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying. I haven't had a chance to like really dig into it. This has just came up in the last like week and a half.
Well,
But my
they've got
brother's autistic, and some of the things I used to point at him and say, "Man, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like that?" is the same shit I do. And he found out 3-4 years ago he got diagnosed autistic. And then when my brother Richard told me, "Hey, so and so's autistic," I was like, "Oh my god, my childhood makes sense now. No wonder he acted like that. Oh my god!" And he's like, "I know, right?" Because none of us we were like, "Why is he acting so weird?" We didn't know about that shit in the 70s. We didn't know. You know, it was just like, you spank the kid if they act up, and if they don't, you leave them the fuck alone. He's weird. He sits in the corner and he just wants to read books. Everybody wants everybody to leave him alone and not touch him and get near him. And, you know, he gets absorbed in what he's doing and he sees nothing around him. And we didn't know why. I know why now.
Well, basically, and what they called Asperger's is now just like one end of the autistic spectrum.
Yeah, I know. They kind of changed it.
Yeah, I mean, because
But I just meant
technically,
the
I would have
higher
Asperger's
functioning.
as well, except I would never stick
You do?
burgers there, you know. Sorry. Yeah. Wow.
What you gonna do? I have my stupid jokes too. You're fine.
Yeah, you know.
I'm just, you know, I just forget the jokes. And then I'll get off a stream and be like, "Oh man, I should have told that joke. That would have been great." That's my life.
That one happens, or sometimes it's like, oh, I see the perfect opportunity for a joke, but the only way to tell it would be to tell it now, which means interrupting somebody because they won't shut the fuck up. And, you know, and then like 10 minutes later, you're like, yeah, the moment was lost.
I actually have a friend who emailed me. I met her through YouTube, but I've known her for about 2 years now. And she emailed me and she was very mad because one of the streams I was on, I was kind of just letting everybody talk, and I was just really quiet because it was like right after Heather and I split up like a week and change ago. And I was not in a good place, but I wanted to do my stream. So I was just kind of like sitting back, just chilling, letting everybody talk. And then when I went to talk a couple times, everybody just kept running over me. And I was like, excuse me. Thanks. I was trying to talk, and this is my stream. So anyways, and then I went ahead and talked. She got so mad that she's like, "I'm not coming back on your streams because I can't stand people treating you like that." She's like, "I don't want to see it." She got pissed off. And I was like, well, you know, that's how that person is. And, you know, as much as I love them, it's why I don't invite them on a lot, because other people complain to me about it. So I try to avoid doing that, you know. And, but yeah, she hasn't come back by my streams. Because she's like, "Nope, I'm not sitting there fucking listening to that shit. You know, some punk 30-year-old kid trying to fucking talk over you and shit. That's disrespectful, and I will not put up with it." So I haven't seen her since, so I don't know if she'll come back or not. I just said, you know, don't worry about it. I'm not offended. It's fine. You know, eventually that person, I will have to have a talk if it continues, and then that'll be that. And if they don't like it, they could not hang out on my channel. I don't care.
Yeah, it's funny how my "it's fine, I'm not offended" comes out as, what a butthead.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, sweetheart.
Oh, bless your frozen little heart.
Oh, bless your heart.
You know. No, I love the "bless your frozen little heart." There's something about that just makes it extra, you know, bless your frozen little heart. You know, it's so much more
cold,
cutting, doesn't
dark
it?
Bastard.
Well, you have to remember I ran with goths for about 13, 14 years.
Touche.
You know, like I never really felt like I was a goth, but I picked up a lot of the culture anyway. So, yeah, well, whatever.
Somebody messaged me a couple hours ago and asked me if I wanted to come on a stream because someone canceled on them. And because they had an emergency. And so I said, "What time?" And I'm still waiting.
Oh.
Like, if you don't tell me, it's like around now, but I don't know what's going on. So here I am.
What time? Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's tonight.
I'm
I'm like, I don't know. You got to communicate with me, bro. You got to get back to me.
We have someone here who's naked, but I don't know. That name looks a little potential spammy.
Yeah, a little bit. Hi, how you doing, Skits Crasher?
So, I
Yes.
decided to do a thing where
Uh-oh.
the place that I'm getting in Vermont,
Yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah.
I got my hands on a floor plan.
Oh
You
my.
see.
Oh my.
And so, like, here's the stairwell, right? And there's a hallway
Cool.
over here. And
Cool.
then here's the front door, kitchen, living room, bedroom, bathroom, right?
Right.
But then I took that
Master.
floor plan and I did
Uh-huh.
this,
Oh, look at
Ha
that.
ha.
right? I love my new roommates. They're great. But I was still having a hard time getting a sense of the scale with just characters in there, which is why I downloaded the couch to really get a sense of how big my new place is going to be, you
Yeah, that's
know?
smart.
And
Yeah,
so
to
that was it
scale.
without
Yeah.
the couch, and it was a little ambiguous still, even with Quinn in there, right? And then
Right.
that's reverse view. Like those windows are behind us now. That's the kitchen, and there's the door over there to the entryway, and then the other door
Right.
on the right is to the bedrooms and the bathroom, et cetera, right?
Right.
So
I can see it. I can see it in my head. Yeah.
wait, I swear I had some of the bedroom. I don't know what I did with them. Oh well, no
You
biggie.
ate them.
So yeah, it's gonna be good to live there. I think the only thing that I'm not really super pumped about is that the floors are going to be carpeted, which has given me great dust problems here in San Diego, way more than I ever had in Seattle, where I had wood floors. And dust plus computers equals uh-oh.
Yeah, huh?
So that's one of the few things where I'm not super pumped. And I still don't know what I'm going to do with that second bedroom, damn it.
Oh my. Oh, what I wouldn't do with another bedroom.
I mean, like, I'm sure I'll figure something out. Heck, maybe I'll just use it for like storage of DVDs and books and crap. I don't know. Put a bunch of shelves, like line the walls with shelves and put things up that way. I don't know, but I really honestly have no idea what to do with that book with that bedroom.
I would say library, but you don't do books.
Well, I
Paper
do
books.
digital books. I read books, but I don't need
You
to
don't.
keep tomes on shelves.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
you're saying with the extra bedroom, you're trying to figure out what to do with it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm gonna sleep in one bedroom. I'm obviously
Right.
gonna be doing my computing stuff and all my like movie watching and stuff in the living room, and then I've got
Right.
this other bedroom. And really, I mean, I could turn it into like a hobby room, I guess. I don't know.
Or Stool says he's taking the second bedroom.
No,
Could,
he's
or
not.
you could also put all the cats, trees and everything in there
Oh,
and
but
make it like
I
an extra office area or a spare room with just a small bed and stuff in there. You could do all kinds of stuff with it.
the kitty trees are definitely out in the living room with me. That one is a given. So there's that.
Nice, okay.
As for, I mean, I guess it would be good to have another bed in there in case someone wants to come in from out of town. No, that's not a hint. And like, but you remember that video from a while back where someone had set up like a camera on like a model train and their cat was walking around in the
Yeah.
environment? Something like that might be fun to build.
Okay.
Or
yeah.
actually, one thing I thought about that might be fun, like as much as I'm an animator, it might be fun to try to build some miniatures, like old school special effects miniatures, and see what I can do with those.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that, like I say, it could be fun to have a hobby room, but I haven't decided yet. See, Mage, you're really just cruising the line there.
I can't see the chat.
He says that Shatner could move in.
He's
Lovely.
close enough, isn't
And
he?
hello.
Yes, a butter churning museum. Of course, Stool suggests that. Don't you think, of all of your suggestions, I'd probably go with something that was more mermaidy than butter churny?
There you go. Space Mermaid.
Although I have to say, it does seem a little creepy trying to have sex with a mermaid.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I mean, it is a little difficult. Yeah, that whole
well, not
spawning
just that.
thing.
I mean, what does it taste like? And where is it? I mean, I've never seen a mermaid that even looked like she could drop a deuce, much less have sex with something.
So my theory is that the mermaid's like happy place, vaginal kind of area, pleasure of spot or whatever, is in between their breasts.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fair enough. Actually, it's funny. The like I'm working on that animation Quinn Redshift, and it's very pulp sci-fi, and so Venus is like inhabited by sex kittens. Mars has like the aliens that abduct people, even though that's supposed to be Zeta Reticuli. All of that. It's more Flash Gordon than it ever will be Star Trek, if you see what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And the Venusians, the sort of sex kittens, they look remarkably like Earthling females, and yet the biology is not the same at all. A lot of like humans have discovered, much to their disappointment, that the Venusians don't have genitals the way humans would expect them to, right? And in
They're
fact,
like cats.
what appear to be breasts are in fact spore sacs. Like they actually have more in common with Earth fungi than they do with anything else.
Okay.
Right? Except that even that's a bad analogy because they don't really map perfectly onto anything from Earth.
We're going to have a
Interesting.
biology lesson today.
But even despite the fact that they are basically to all appearances a Barbie doll, a purple spotted Barbie doll, like men still like to watch them dance as strippers, and the fact that they can breathe underwater means that you get like dance tanks, like sort of like stripper poles, except they're full of water, and the Venusians swim around in them naked.
Okay.
And in fact, there's a part where a Venusian does just that has me a little worried I might get
Yeah.
demonetized. But,
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens, I guess.
Focus Jen in here.
But yeah, I have thought about trying to put together a Quinn Redshift wiki, but I'm going to wait until I finish the animation before I even really do anything. You know?
Okay, that does make sense. Yes.
Well, it's easy for you to say, lady, but I do agree with you.
Yes.
I still agree with you. Yes, absolutely. No, I know. I hear you.
Well, anyway, yeah.
That's weird.
There's a
I love acting like I know what she's saying. I think it's funny.
There's a chance I'm a little bit stoned.
There's a chance that Lady Di is a little bit tired and worn out today.
Well, she did have livalysis, and you should have seen her in the fucking green room. Oh my gosh, I was actually a little I was seriously asking if I needed to call 911.
You got a little worried there. Sorry about that, honey.
What happened? Were you getting that after livalysis crap?
I was just totally out of it.
You didn't know your own name. You were asking who you were, which I'll be honest, sounds like the kind of thing you say anyway, so I wasn't sure if you were faking.
Yeah, it was just totally way the fuck out.
You couldn't remember Sylvia's
Has that happened
name.
before?
It has happened before, but it's been a long time since it has.
Like how long ago?
A couple of years.
I wasn't 100% certain it wasn't a stroke.
Okay, then. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Well, it could be a mini, like a TIA, and it would never affect her physically.
Still,
that's what I was thinking. Because when somebody has a stroke, you know if it's a full blown pop hemorrhage, you'll know. face drooping,
See,
weakness.
it is so
Like,
strange to me
it's
that like
obvious.
when we describe something that's pretty nasty, we describe it as being full blown. When I would think that if something had been blown fully, it'd be nice and calm instead of aggro.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
that's a good point. That's a good. We'll call it unfluffed,
Okay, fair enough.
fully unfluffed.
Hmm. Yes, C-related
fluffers have
synonym
been here.
incel. But anyway. Yeah, I wonder how many
fucked
people
up.
out there don't know what a fluffer is.
I don't know, but if people don't know about it, then they've never really gotten into porn as much as they think they have. Because when you start
Clearly
finding out
not.
what they're doing behind the scenes, that's when you know you're really into porn. And
See,
I've
the
never
thing
found this stuff out myself, but I've known a lot of guys who've told me a lot of shit about porn.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. Is that like I picked this stuff up by osmosis from the people around me who wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, it's
Like
true.
I really have very little to no interest in porn at all. I mean, if anything, my interest lies in really hilarious titles, right? Because let's face it, some of the titles they come up with for porn is just like, wow, I would be amazing at coming up with porn titles.
You've
Right?
seen some of the stuff Chuck Tingle has done, right?
I don't know that name. I've heard it, but I don't know. But the point being is that like, um, I don't have a lot of interest in porn. Was my point.
Yeah. Huh?
And I was going somewhere else with that, but I forget.
Don't know.
He's am I not too knowing on 4 2.
But seriously, if there was money in just coming up with porn titles, and then like they'd probably go, "Oh, that's great, let's go shoot it," and they'd be like, "Don't you want a script? Script, that kind of thing." So, I mean, if there was money in just coming up with the titles, I would be a gajillionaire. I would be so good at it.
Kate, I remember what I was going to say like an hour ago.
Oh,
So you were talking about the jacket, the
oh yeah, the cyberpunk inspired duster.
yes.
How you doing,
So
buddy?
this is an avatar of me that Commander was making up for the shills. He's making all new
Okay.
avatars for everybody, make everybody look kind of like spacey, but kind of badass and everything. So
Sure.
he started. This was the first one he did for me, and well, they did for me. Damn, I gotta watch that. That they did for me, and I asked for a few adjustments, like a little bit of like 5 o'clock shadow, facial hair, a little bit hair, a little different. But this is what he came up with.
It looks like Harry Potter.
I was going to say it looked
I
like
mean,
Kyle
the glasses
Rittenhouse.
kind of do, but the rest of it I love. He's got
Yeah.
like the gun belt on the leg, gun belt around the waist.
Hold on.
The rest of it I love, but that jacket was what made me think of it.
Hmm.
So
Oh, cool.
So I just want to show you. Yeah, so I asked for some tweaks, and then they're gonna tweak it a little bit, and then I'll have them do a little bit something different, anyways. But I feel like they have my face too round.
Hmm.
But I'll see how it comes out with the touch ups on it.
But it's funny, like there are times in video games where I try to recreate celebrities or something where they, you make a character, they let you design your
Yeah.
character's face. I've also tried to like design, well, me, and sometimes flatteringly, sometimes honestly, and it seems weird, like these games, for whatever reason, maybe it's me, maybe it's the games and limited options, but I can't seem to recreate like actual people. I mean, like, well, Diana, you saw that time I came really close to creating Sideshow Bob.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the closest I've come. I can't do any better than that.
You mean to make them look like realistically human as much as possible, and not
No,
like
no.
cartoonish?
I mean,
what do you mean?
I mean, like you make the character, you design the character's face, so that if someone were to look at the character, they would go, "Oh, I see what you were going for. I know who that's supposed to be."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. So building
Yeah.
the character for who they are, what they do, what their life is like, etc., etc.
No, I mean, like you go into the character designer and you get to the part where they let you shape the face, and you say, "I'm going to try to make this look like insert famous person or insert person I know," and you start tweaking, like, here's how big the chin is, here's how big the nose is, etc., etc. And you try
Yeah.
to make it look just like this person, and for some reason I have the hardest time making it come out like the people I know. And I mean, I'm an animator. I do 3D modeling. I should be good at this. So maybe it's the game's fault. I'd like to believe it is.
Could be. Could be. Well, that sounds like a lack of variations to me.
Maybe. Certainly
Like there's
in
just not a
Cyberpunk
broad enough
2077.
spectrum, or the stuff in between isn't detailed enough.
Well, like in Fallout 4, there's a lot of control over the character. I still had a hard time getting it to come out right. But in something like Cyberpunk 2077, you're choosing from presets. You don't tweak anything.
Oh, see, I like to. I mean, if I'm going to get into a video game enough that I'm going to like build my character the way I like it, like one of those video games, and I'm actually going to play it because I'm horrible at video games, so I usually don't waste my money on them. Because even though I'm interested in them, I'll buy them and I'll play them for a few days, and I just die, and then I go fuck it, and I never play it again. And I know I'm like that, so I just don't buy them.
Well, I love fucking around with a character designer. I could just mess with that all day. I don't even have to play the game.
Yeah, it's fun. It really is fun. Yeah, surely is. But I still don't have $40 to spend on a character designer.
Wow.
But I have done stuff like that before, and done screenshots and kept the avatar for something else or something, just for something fun. I do like playing with stuff like that. I like doing thumbnails, and although due to my lack of emotional happiness right now, I haven't really been into doing any projects, but normally I like doing like intros and outros and playing with it. I'm not really great at it, but I'm getting better the more I do them. Oh my God, I got to finish the one from Monday night. I was going to start do a new intro on my trans stream on Monday nights. I got to finish that this weekend.
Oh, thank you for.
So anyways, I like playing with that stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Overlays and all that shit. I think it's fun. I thought about getting into that on the side just because there's some people I know that couldn't even make just a basic video because they just don't know how, you know. And I thought I could help some of the people in the community and maybe, you know, make their thumbnails better for them or something if I get enough time to really get into it. We'll see. But I can't do like the animation stuff like you. I can't draw or anything. I am horrible. I really wish I could.
Well,
I mean, I really
my animations aren't
to.
hand drawn by any stretch.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying,
I
not
wish
a
I
good
could draw
artist
as
in
well
general.
as my 3D models come out. I wish. You have no idea how much I wish. Like
Right?
I hand drew a whole bunch of stuff and it came out really ishy. You know, it was like,
Really?
you know,
So
I mean,
you're
it
a
wasn't,
graphic artist, but you're
it
not a
wasn't
good.
terrible.
You're not a good on the material. I mean, on the media kind
Right.
of.
I'm
artist.
a digital
Okay.
artist.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, it was funny because I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, I'm autistic and I'm an artist, which makes me a graphic artist. A graphic artist, you see?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's a
it,
good
Diane.
I
gotta
missed
go.
that one.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. No, I'm kidding.
You people stink.
Yeah.
No, that was pretty good. But you know, I have to pick on you.
Oh, well.
I can't just give you a laugh right off the bat. It's got to be
come
give
on.
and
That
take
was
some
a
shit.
good one and you know it.
No, I'm kidding. No, that was pretty good. No, honestly, I don't have the best hearing, and that's one of the reasons I love these things, because even if your hearing's bad, you will hear a lot better. But I have my fan going, so I did not hear the "ought" part of it. Literally, that was the one piece of the whole entire statement I missed.
It's funny because, like, one of the symptoms of autism actually is often like really good hearing. You know, enhanced senses in general, but really good hearing. And my hearing is insane. Like, I may not be able to get details, but I can tell when people are speaking in the downstairs apartment. And it's pretty soundproofed. You know, like I was actually sitting up here and I was playing Cyberpunk 2077, watching The Big Bang Theory, and like I think the cats were making a lot of noise. My fan was going because it was warm in here, and I could still hear beep, 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 beep because someone's alarm was going off in another apartment.
So glad. No, actually, I was born with some kind of a hearing issue. And I can tell you for sure, and this is what I think half of it stems from. This might sound weird to everybody, but my ear canals are very tiny.
Oh.
Like, my ear canals inside of my ears are like I can't even stick this finger in there. Like most people can like stick their. I can barely get my pinky into my ear. Like it's so fucking tiny in there. I can get the smallest earbuds they make for kids, and they still irritate my ears because they're tight still.
You should get an
My
old-fashioned
head
ear
is small.
trumpet.
I have to wear like 12 to 15-year-old kids hats. I don't know
Seriously,
why. It's just what I. But I think
you
that's
should-
part of it because my flap on my ears are very closed over. They're not very open, and my canals are very small, and I think that's what inhibits my hearing.
Seriously, you should
But-
get an old-fashioned ear trumpet.
But I had to get wavered into the army. They almost didn't let me in the army. They wavered me in under the condition that I would not be allowed to have any how do they put it, perfect hearing positions. Like I couldn't listen to like sonar or something like that.
Right.
Nothing that requires hearing. I could never work like any place where they have the things on and they're talking to each. Nope, I'm not allowed. If hearing is required, I'm not allowed to do it. So that's how they almost didn't let me in the army because of it. And I never knew I had a hearing problem. And I went to an audiologist recently, and he said, well, "You're not quite to hearing aids yet." And I said, "Oh, because I'm sick of people getting mad at me because I misunderstand them. Because there's background noise and somebody says something, it just sounds like blah, blah, blah. I just can't.
Yeah.
It just all mixes together. And if I'm in like a crowded restaurant or a bar and everybody's talking, I can't stand being in those places to begin with. And really can't stand because I can't hear what people are saying to me. And I'm going, huh? What? Say it again? Because it just blends together and just sounds like noise. Everything.
And the worst part, this is the one that gets to me, is like, you hear everything someone says except for one very critical word. And you say, could you repeat that? And instead they rephrase it.
Yes, and then you don't know what that. You're like, no, wait. You said blah 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 blah, and then there was noise, and then blah 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 blah. What was that word?
Yes.
And they'll go, oh, but that's how I do it with them. Oh, hold on, I missed part of that. But it was one word. You said this, and then this. What was in between there? That's what I do because I don't want to hear the. It drives me nuts. I'll just ask for that one word, and some of the patients repeat the entire thing like 5 minutes of shit, and I'm like. Oh,
it is beyond frustrating, and I'm pretty sure it's an autism thing, I guess. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I guess. But I mean,
I'm always sure when I guess.
But I mean, it really does seem like a lot of people try to be more helpful than you need and end up being completely unhelpful instead.
And take up way too much time and irritate the shit. Like I just don't have. Okay, so I do not think that I'm a highly intelligent person. I think I am of average intelligence. I think it's accurate.
Maybe even
and I have no problem with that. But people that don't use common sense and people that phrase things wrong, and then when I ask them to clarify, they'll repeat the entire thing that they already said that I didn't understand to begin with. It drives me up the fucking wall.
Yeah.
I am in there like, and then when I get off the phone, I like take my headset off and I like toss it on the desk and I'm like, I need a cigarette. And I go outside and I just, some people are just so fucking ignorant, and maybe they're just unintelligent or ignorant or they don't care, or, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's a combination of many things, but
some people just can't give you their full attention is the problem.
I just can't fucking and they interrupt me constantly. And when I interrupt them, they're like, excuse me, can I finish what I was saying? And so this one lady, she kept interrupting me. And I said, hold on a second, hun. And she goes, I prefer if you don't call me hun. And I said, okay. So ma'am, hold on a second, blah, blah, blah. So we got towards the end of the conversation. She goes, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound so snippy about it, but us older ladies, we don't appreciate that because it's so degrading. And I said, well, I apologize if it sounded like that, if it came across to you like that. That's what I said. And she said, well, do you say that to younger girls? And I said, yes, ma'am. She goes, oh, you say I said, I say that to everybody. I say hun and sweetheart and dear and lady and sunshine and whatever comes out of my mouth, honestly. And I said, and honestly, the only reason I said that is because I was trying to gently let you know that you were interrupting me and I couldn't get a word in. And she goes, oh. And she left it alone. And then she got off the phone being very, very nice to me. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, but I don't always get that reaction. It's usually if I try to get a word in, I have to be rude, slightly rude, and repeat myself like, well, the way, okay, there we go. Okay, so the way it is, and I hate doing that, but some of them are just fucking white privileged assholes. They are.
Well,
That's
some
what's
people
wrong
just
with
don't
them.
know when to
And
shut up.
The doctor that's retiring spoils the fuck out of them. And so they think that they call and everybody should go, oh my God, it's her. What do you need? And I'm like, fuck you. We have like 7,000 patients in our practice. I don't have time for your shit. There's 3 of us that work at the front desk. I ain't got time for this shit. Say what you have to say. Get the fuck off the phone. Like, people want to, I don't mind if they're nice and they're bullshitting for a second, but the nice people don't sit there and keep going. We'll joke around for a second and they'll go, oh, anyway, sorry, I'm taking up your time. I know you're busy. So this is what I need. And we talk. Thanks. Thank you. Okay. I'll give you a call back. Okay. Thanks. Bye. And everything's fine. And I've found that it's like a psychological experiment to me at this point. So what I tried is this. I would call people to give them test results. Oh, your labs were fine, ma'am. Oh, you don't have a UTI. Oh, your PAP came back negative. Whatever it is. So, if I called them and was like, hi, this is Beck at blah, blah, blah. And, I'm just calling on behalf of so-and-so to give you your lab results. And if I just speak like this, they're like, oh, hi. But they talk a lot and they drag it out. So this is what I do now. I started doing this and it works every time. Hey, Miss So-and-so, this is Beck over at Full Circle. I just want to call you real quick and update you on your labs. Can we do that right now? Oh, yeah, sure, Beck, go ahead. And I'm like, okay, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, okay, all right, thank you so much. And I'm like, do you have any questions at this time? No. If I think of something, I'll call you back. And then they're like, I'm like, thanks. And they're like, thank you. And they hang up quick. So me using my voice like I am rushed makes them feel rushed. And they let me off the phone faster. It's my psychological experiment. But it works. It totally works. If I don't sound very cheery and they're on the border of not being happy, they will go over to not happy. But if I sound cheerful and like considerate and very sweet, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Oh, so and so. Oh, really? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I can do to help you. And oh, it's so good to talk to you today. Like, if I do that, they are just sweet as pie. But when you're having a bad day, it's really hard to go, hey, how are you?
This is why I'm glad I've never really worked a call center of any sort. The closest I ever came was when I was working in, it was like my first job in video games. I was not actually on production side. I was actually developer support artwork side for a licensable engine. Right. And so every now and then someone would be like, I'm having trouble using your engine to do this, that, or the other thing with my level. How do I do it? And I would have to write up a tutorial for them and explain it, maybe send them an example level that I had built, kind of thing. That was the closest I ever came to anything like a call center. And of course, because it was, not a widely used product, we kept dealing with the same people. And so, of course, it was always like, oh, crap, you take Tracy this time, kind of stuff. Like, seriously,
that happens at
one
work
chick,
all the time.
I don't know, like, if I should say her full name, but oh my God, we hated her.
That's how it works like that. It happens like that at work all the time. We have a couple patients that are verifiably nuts. Like, they literally are. And this one lady has Munchausen's. And her children have Munchausen's by proxy, but no one is connecting the dots except for Heather and the psychiatrist, because they have talked. And the psychiatrist is like, what's going on here? And Heather's like, I have no proof, but, and he's like, okay, you and I need to keep communicating, So this mother calls in. She'll email us like 2 pages not just information about one of her daughters. Both of them happen to be dysfunctional and autistic and have dysphagia and tongue biting. And I mean, God, there's just so many things. These girls are 15 and 18 years old, 17 years old. And she has both of them applying for disability already.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with those girls. She has every test run in the world because she thinks something's wrong, but everything keeps coming back negative. She has probably spent $1 million through her insurance company for both of these girls.
Ay.
And she gets free state insurance. She is nuts. When she calls, after like the third time she's called in a day, we'll all look at the phones and go, I'm not answering. And they're like, no, let that shit ring. I am not answering that call. We have talked to her 3 times a day. Each one of us talked to her for 15 minutes. We're done with her for the day. She can call back tomorrow. Like, we will avoid phone calls like that because they'll keep you on the phone for 15 fucking 20 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And when you're taking, 50 calls a day, that's a lot of fucking time. On
And
top
it
of
could
all
get
the
a
other stuff you have to
little,
do.
Boy cried wolfy, couldn't it? It's like, oh, I don't want to talk to her, and it turns out to be an actual emergency this time. It's like
You don't call your doctor's office for emergency, you call 911.
Well, depends how stupid you are, I guess.
But also, they leave voicemails.
Hmm.
They always leave a voicemail, and it pops up into my email, and I check it like every 5-10 minutes. And then I just
Right.
can read it because it transcribes it, and I'll read it and go,
Oh, thank goodness.
okay, let me just tell Heather this, or let me tell Dr. Warenko this. And I just take the important piece out, send it in a fucking message. And then when they call me back, I call them and tell them, and then I have to just deal with the brunt of the conversation the next time. It's still better one time than 2.
I wonder if my phone or my voicemail or whatever can do what you just described, if it can transcribe like that. Because I have to admit,
Oh, yeah.
like, I don't like voicemail. I hate it because you have to wait for someone to say something. And then if all of a sudden they say something you have to write down and you're not ready yet, it's too late. You don't have just proper rewind controls. You have to repeat the whole message. It's just a pain in the ass.
What carrier do you have?
AT&T.
What type of phone do you have?
It's a Samsung Galaxy something.
Okay, I don't know if they have it. I know that iPhones have it. So
Right. It's an Android.
they should be able
format,
to. They
for
should
sure.
be able to.
Oh my gosh! I forgot. It's time to feed the kitties. It's past time to feed the cats. So
Oh my!
They should be
You
able to
haven't been
upgrade your
shredded yet?
voicemail. They should be able to upgrade your voicemail for like $1 or $2 a month to include that.
okay, cool.
I would
I'm
just get
gonna
a
go
hold of
feed
them.
the cats. You two talk amongst yourselves.
I don't know these
Talk,
demanding
talk,
kitties.
talk, talk,
Yeah, there you
Talk,
go.
talk.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better now, so that's good.
Yeah, I got my wits back around me.
Excellent. That's good shit.
But yeah, and we got a whole bunch of other stuff coming up, and well, yeah, you know I've got the anal probe scheduled, and let's see what else do we. Yeah, it's gonna be shitloads of fun.
I mean, I've heard it's not that bad. I just don't like the idea of it.
Well, I don't.
I've had patients that have it done several times, and they're like, it's not really that bad.
Well, I just don't like having to tap somebody on the shoulder and can you chauffeur me and can you babysit me? Because they won't let me take myself there and take myself back home.
Well, that's because they give you mild like sedative shit, so your muscles relax.
Right.
So you're kind of like hi when you're done. So that's why people say it's not so bad because they're kind of getting high.
And I don't know. It's just a pain in the arse.
So yeah, that's why. Because otherwise, you'd have to sit there for 4 or 5 hours and wait to leave. Outside by yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
so
shit, I'd take a
yeah,
book.
it's just not safe. And some people, that general stuff or whatever, sedative or whatever it is, I don't know what the hell they call it. I can't remember which fucking drug it is right now. For the life of me. But anyways, it affects everybody different. Some people aren't affected much by it at all. People in my family are kind of resistant to like anesthesia and even local, like at the dentist, I always say, hey, give me an extra squirt because I'm very resilient to that. And they'll come back and they yank on my tooth a little bit. And I'm like, and they're like, okay, you weren't kidding. Let me give you another shot.
Mm.
Thank you. So, and some people are not resistant to it at all and will get really fucked up on it, and they never know how someone's going to act. So, it's always safe to kind of covering their asses and making sure you get home safe at the same time. So it's smart of them to do that.
So I'm stoned and I'm hungry and I'm a little bit tired. I'm going to have some vanilla pudding, damn it.
There you go. That sounds good right now.
Oh boy, that's an interesting
not-
recipe. Vanilla pudding, damn it.
Well, if you're not sure about like something you want to buy, and there's like those 4 main like coffee, vanilla, hazelnut, caramel flavors or whatever, whether it's like ice cream or pudding or whatever, pretty safe every time to pick vanilla. Nobody fucks up vanilla. It's
Actually,
really
that's
hard to
not
fuck
true.
up vanilla.
That's not true. The way to fuck up vanilla is to not use enough of it.
Okay. Yeah.
That is true. I will agree with that. You
I
get
will
1
say
point there.
though, what I like are those really cheap ass ice creams. Like for $2 a gallon, all full of cornstarch. And for some reason, that I like the flavor of that vanilla ice cream. That really
The cheap
ass-
tub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because
yeah.
I think they use real vanilla in it. It's one of the best ones. Now the
Haagen-Dazs
chocolate and
is
strawberry
pretty
is horrible, but the vanilla is awesome in those cheap tubs. It really is.
Okay. Then.
Haagen-Dazs does a pretty good vanilla, but the best, of course, is Ben & Jerry's World's Best Vanilla.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because that's got some good vanilla bean in it. That's why it's so good.
And also, I'm from Vermont. I'm from Burlington, well, South Burlington, but still the Burlington area of Vermont where Ben & Jerry's originated. So, even what, I mean, I don't consider myself loyal just cause, but it's a bonus.
Yeah, I remember when the only time I could get Ben & Jerry's is when I drove up into, I think it was PA or upstate New York or something like that. If I went up there, I would have it, but I lived in Virginia at the time. We didn't have it down there yet. And then all of a sudden it appeared in Virginia, and we were all like, oh, we don't have to just get it on vacation anymore. So
Well,
we're all excited. But I love Ben & Jerry's. They have the best fucking, oh my God. So good.
I mean, it's
Totally
been a while
worth the
since I've
price.
said it. I've said it on the stream before. I ate at the very first Ben & Jerry's, the one that was a garage, like a
Right.
auto mechanic kind of garage.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I mean, it was really good ice cream. We got to watch them making it and stuff, and and then it got huge, and I was like, wow.
There he is. Oh, I thought he was going to pop up from this side. He went around. See, this is my boy that looks so much like your boy. Whew.
Xander has more white on him.
Yeah, he does. That's what I said is our cats look alike, except mine has no white.
Yeah.
He's a big, heavy, muscly boy who just loves
Well, and that's another thing is Xander hasn't quite hit 3 years old yet. I don't know how he's gonna, how big he's gonna end up, but and he's chattering at me now. What's up with that, buddy?
He talks to me differently. Like his meows are so different. He has the really loud, high-pitched one that's kind of like, hey, 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 I'm trying to get your attention. And then he'll do that one a couple times until I respond. And then I'm like, what, man? And then he does like a milder one, and then I'll go, no. And he'll go, well.
Well, Xander keeps meowing in certain ways where I can't quite tell what it is he's after. And he's not very forthcoming about it. Like, I can't tell, do you want to be fed? Do you want to play? Where'd you put your toy kind of stuff? I don't know.
Yeah,
mine
does the same thing.
For all I know, he's saying I'm having a medical emergency. I can't poop. I mean, I don't know what he's trying to tell me.
I'm like, do you want to play? Yeah, then get your toy. Where's your toy? He knows what it means. And he'll sit there and look at me, and then I get him up on the bed, and I'm like, go get it. And he'll go over there and grab it and bring it over. And I'm like, don't act stupid. You know what I'm talking about. Like, he'll walk over to it and look at it and come back without it. And I'm like, bro.
Yeah, I can't get Xander to do that. He will not fetch. He will not retrieve.
Oh, no, he does that. They both do. She actually started it kind of by accident because I was like, I used to work like 12-hour shifts at a fucking feed mill. Like it was, industrial area, hard hats, blah, blah. It was like hot. There's no AC, there's no heat. You're either freezing or you're fucking sweating your ass off. But anyway, so I come home at the end of the day, I'm fucking tired, I come home at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's all, hey, wanting attention. So my female, I just like, she'd want me to throw something. I'd pick up the closest toy and throw it. And she'd just look at it and look at me. And I'm like, I ain't getting up. You get it. And so she'd look over at the toy and look at me and meow. And I'm like, no, you go get the toy. So she just wouldn't do anything. And for weeks and weeks. And then one day she grabbed it in her mouth and brought it over and dropped it next to me and looked up at me and meowed. And I said, good girl. So I would pet her a lot. And then I gave her a little treat. And I only gave her like 2 or 3 of them to encourage it. And then after that, that's what she always did. And then he was like, hey, wait a minute. That's not a bad idea. It gets thrown more if you bring it back. So that's it. They do it now. Sometimes he'll get too excited and drop it in the bathroom, but most of the time he'll bring it. I throw it up on the bed for him and he goes after it and he runs around, plays with it, brings it back down, drops it by my feet, and yells at me.
Columbia never used to chase anything, but like now that she sees Xander playing, I think she realizes that, hey, maybe this is something I could do too. So, I mean, she's taken a few half-hearted swipes at Xander's string. He has a very specific magenta stretchy shoelace that he absolutely loves. But like he has this electronic like $30 cat chaser toy, and he's like, but a shoelace, and he absolutely loves it.
Well, yeah, that's different, Mom.
So it's like, but okay, what is up with cats where you go to pick up the thing they're going to chase and they go after your hand with their claws?
Yeah.
What is up
like
with
that? That's what they do.
It's like, dude, I want to play with you, but not if you're going to be stabbing me.
Well, that's the thing with him is he's got these big, look how big these paws are. Look at this. Like, that's a pretty big sized paw. And he has these sharp, and he can use his dew claw so he can grab. His is not, it's opposable. So I'll be like giving him treats and he gets excited and he like snags my hand. I'm like, ow, bro, I'm trying to give it to you. What are you doing to me? Yeah. I'm like coming towards you with it. You're going to get it. But he gets excited and he doesn't know. He tries to pet my face like this, but he keeps forgetting to bring his claws in. And I'm like, oh, ow. And he'll scratch my face.
That's
I'm like, no. So I'm trying to get him to learn, I'm trying to get him like, put your claws in gentle. And I push his kind of claws back in his, I kind of push him in like, no, like this, and eventually if he does that, I don't mind if he touches my face, but I've had big scratches on my face. It does not look good at work. I'm just saying.
Columbia doesn't know when to retract her claws. Like she means well, but they're out almost constantly. Where Xander, like this is about the only thing he does with his claws that he shouldn't. If he's lying on my lap, sometimes he decides that he'll stretch and then get one paw up to the top of my tit, and then he'll dig in and hold it there. just up there for no good reason. Apparently it's comfy. And, fortunately, he's trying to get through t-shirt and sports bra, so it's not like I'm getting too stabbed. But even so, it's like, could you unhook yourself, buddy? This is a little uncomfy.
That's a great thing about binding now because I've always had fibrous, dense breasts. And so now that I use a binder, it smashes them flat. And when he steps on me, it doesn't hurt anymore. But if I take the binder off, all bets are off. They're very sensitive and painful again. Well, but I don't know. The binder feels great. It like relieves it. And if something bumps into me, it doesn't hurt anymore. I don't know the way they're flattened out. I don't know what it did, but my God, I'm fucking so glad because people would just barely bump me and I was, ow. Like they're just been a pain in my ass my entire fucking life.
I hope not your ass.
No, pain on my chest my entire fucking life.
But
pain on my ego and my everything my entire fucking life.
Columbia has this weird, like, unerring aim where she can hit just about any sensitive part on the body, no matter where she's trying to go. Like if she's trying to walk from like from one side of me
Right
to
between
the
your
other,
legs.
she will hit at least one nipple. And yeah,
Oh yeah.
if she decides that she wants to like walk from my shins up to my face, yes, one paw will get down into the crotch, down far enough that it hits something, that hits something else, that hits something
It's
else,
not
that
okay.
makes something
Yeah.
sensitive go nuts. Yes. And
Cool.
it's like, gee, ha ha ha, don't do that. There's times I just call her my clit stepping kitty.
Right. You're funny. Oh shit. Yeah, no, that's how my female does that. When I'm pretty much used to, like, she walks, but she has very tiny paws, and she's a pretty like muscly cat. She's thick. They're both like thick. You can tell their daddy was a tomcat. Like they don't have that face, but their bodies are like thick and sturdy and muscly. And but she has little tiny paws. So when she steps, you have all that weight. That's only 2 pounds less than him, or a pound. In these four little, and it's like somebody's just poking you with a fucking pencil, so it doesn't feel good. And she inevitably would step on my chest. So every time I lay on my back, ever since I've had her, this is how I lay. I just fall asleep like this. As long and it's perfect. She'll walk around because she doesn't want to step on my arm, so it's perfect. But I've just trained myself to sleep like that because it's not worth the fucking pain. Like one paw and I'm waking up like someone just punched me in the chest, like So,
I actually find it very difficult to fall asleep on my back. I usually have to either be on my side or on my face. Otherwise, it just feels too unnatural and I can't relax.
I can't sleep on my face, and I'm not really good on my back. Actually, the last time I fell asleep on my back was Saturday night, and I woke up Sunday morning, and I almost couldn't crawl out of bed, and my back was fucking killing me, and it still hurts a little bit right now, but every day it gets a little better. So I don't know what I did, but however I slept, not cool, man. I'm good sitting, and if I have something against my back, or if I just sit straight up, and I'm good standing and walking, but the in-betweens, not so good right now.
I don't know.
Even lifting up my legs the first day, I couldn't lift my leg to put it on. I have a little footstool here that I put my feet up on whenever I want. And I couldn't even pick my leg up to put it up there. It killed my back. So I was like picking up my legs all day Sunday and moving them because I couldn't pick them up.
Well, my natural sleeping position seems to be fetal.
Almost for me, with one leg straight.
Okay, I've done that. Sure.
I always have my left leg straight, and I have a body pillow because if I don't put something against my chest, my shoulders will collapse like this, and then my neck and my back are killing me because I carry all the tension and everything in my right here in the base of my neck. So I know that's not good for me. So I bought a body pillow, and if I put my right leg up and I straighten my left leg out, and then it's like proper for my spine and everything. It's comfortable. My shoulders don't collapse, and I sleep like a fucking baby like that. That's my spot on my left side.
You wake up every 2 hours to shit yourself and cry?
Mm-hmm. No. Oh, let me clarify. A baby on a lot of Benadryl.
Fair enough then. Okay.
I am not waking up. People have told me, man, a freight train could come through your apartment.
That expression is so bizarre to me. Sleep like a baby. Have you ever?
I know.
Like, have you been around sleeping babies?
So what? You shit yourself every 2 hours, and you need fed again, and you cry a lot, and you can't communicate properly, so no one knows what's going on with you. And you think mom and dad are these big blobby heads that you don't understand yet. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
that's how you slept.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Well, I don't know. I also fall asleep every night with a stuffed animal.
Moo.
Touche. I do too, but my two walk around by themselves.
Well, but what I mean is Howie.
Who's Howie?
Howie
is an old dog. Looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That's
cool.
A very old picture of him, but I fall asleep with him in my arms basically every night. It's weird because I'm terrified of dogs because of a childhood incident. I do wonder if that incident hadn't occurred, would I be dog people instead of cat people, or as well as cat people? I don't know. But I do wonder.
No, I've got.
Honestly. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I've got my Theodore at dialysis, which is it comes in handy when they're sticking the cannulae in the arm, because once they're in, you don't feel a damn thing. But man, getting them in there, So Howie gets not Howie. I'm sorry, honey. Theodore gets strangled every time, and it's like one of these deals, and he's become a trademark. So
that's what teddies are for.
Yeah,
They're tough little guys to take the squeeze.
It's fun.
I was never a stuffed animal person. Like, that should have been a clue to me when I was a child, because everybody I knew that were female growing up, like identified as female, which of course I lived in the country, so no one ever said I'm trans or gay. So everybody pretty much identified whatever. But all the girls I knew, except for like 2 of them, had a bunch of like stuffed animals and stuff in their room. And
that picture.
Yep, that's our Kate. So, but with me, like, I never really had one. I had one when I was little, I think. I don't remember what it was. And then when I was 10 or 9, I was about 11. My sister bought me it was just like a birthday gift or something. She bought me a stuffed raccoon. I don't even know why. I don't remember why she bought it, but I love that fucking raccoon. It was the only stuffed animal I ever loved. And he was in bed, and he was right by my pillow every night, and that's where the raccoon stayed. And I just love that raccoon mostly, because my sister had moved out of state, and I didn't get to see her very often, and we were really close. So it was kind of like a piece of her kind of thing. Yeah. So that's pretty much what it was for me.
And there's this kiddiness. Yes, you is.
Yeah, mine's over here yelling at me. I gotta go feed him in a minute.
There are some stuffed animals I still got that seriously are from the 1970s. Like, I still have some plushies from the 1970s.
Wow.
I have my old baby blanket.
I'll be right back.
And it's almost completely pristine, too.
And then I've got my stuffed tiger, the very large stuffed tiger. It looks like Tigger, that Winnie the Pooh character.
Sure.
Yeah. And then what do we got? Aww.
And man, I wish I could get that blue right again. Because that was some awesome blue.
Moo. Maid still has your baby blanket, okay.
Yeah. Oh, there's a good picture of it. Window, not a tab. There. So if you look down in the lower right there, that's my baby blanket. I still got that. I know exactly where it is.
Oh my.
Well,
I can't even remember the last time I saw my baby blanket. Probably the last.
It looks really like soft and warm, Kate.
oh, well, I don't know about warm, but it's definitely soft. Yeah. So I hope nobody is hoping that I will start broaching topics, because I'm a little baked and I'm not sure I have the imagination for it.
Oh, and then there's this kitty who's pawing.
Give me 1 minute. I got you.
They're going for the face over there, kittiness.
Oh, I had to start my coffee, man. I'm out.
I
One sip left.
Yeah, I gotta think about coffee. Yeesh.
Oh, look at that dang.
Yeah, that was cute.
Kate, did I ever
What
show you that
happened?
picture of me and my kid when I was like 21 and a half, and He was
Don't
like
know.
18 months old.
I
Hold on.
know I
It's
saw
so
a
funny
picture
because my
of you.
face. I'm a baby. I'm a baby.
I mean, I know I saw a picture of you pregnant with him, which was weird because I'm so used to, well, this.
No, that wasn't when I was pregnant. That was when I was fat from driving truck.
I
I don't
swear
have
to
any
you,
pregnant
I
pictures.
swear you said, I
I
swear
don't have
you
any
said,
pregnant pictures of me.
all right,
I have
all
none.
right. I could have sworn, but all right, fair enough. I'll accept your
I just don't have-
clarification, but I
yeah.
still could have sworn.
No, I had one picture somewhere, and I don't even know where it is right now, and I don't want to look at it anyways. Of when I got out of the truck. Oh, there's Heather. God, she's so fucking of when I got out of the truck and I was just stopping driving truck, and I was 230 pounds.
Yikes.
Yeah, at 5'6.5". Yeah, it was bad.
Ugh.
That was
Yeah,
not me
that's
pregnant.
another
That was
thing.
fat.
I have a very difficult time gauging how tall some people are online. Like, I don't know if you remember, but she always called herself Oh My God, it's Chris. I always looked at her name and thought
Oh yeah.
Zombies, but whatever. She is minuscule. She is tiny. I mean, you look at her in her video, she looks like some sort of like Valkyrie goddess, but then you meet her in person and it's like, oh my, an Oompa Loompa.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know,
Really?
and so, yeah. And so I look at you and I'm like, for some reason, I always got the impression you were around about my height, 5'9".
No. A lot of people think I'm taller. I'm not.
Yeah.
When people meet me, they say, I thought you'd be taller in person. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Nobody said that to me. But
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
I'm just fucking around. Yeah, no, I'm not very tall. When I with my boots on that I wear like work boots, I'm
Mhm.
5'8", and with my regular shoes I wear, I'm a little under 5'7".
All right.
Yeah.
Okay then. No, I'll tell you somebody that's really amazing to see. Lucinda Illusions is something like 4'8". You know, it's like
Who?
where Lucinda Illusions.
No idea.
Okay, No Illusions is scathing atheist. No, not scathing atheist.
Hold on, let me find
God
the right
awful
angle.
movies.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I can barely see it. It's very washed
on.
out, but oh my gosh.
Oh, there you go.
I would never in a million years, like seriously, if you held that up to me and said, who is this? I would not have guessed you in a million
I know.
years.
I mean, it doesn't even really look like
Your
me
mouth
anymore.
looks like it's a different shape.
That's because I'm on testosterone now. It's
Oh,
changed my whole entire jawline, my face, and my mouth and everything.
crazy pants. Wow. All right.
Yep. But look how cute that kid is, man. I
Dog.
mean, just a beautiful baby. The blue eyes this kid has. I said, son, we need to talk. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I need my blue eyes back. He's like, but Pops, how am I gonna see? Oh, you can have mine. He's like, nah, bro, you ain't getting my blue eyes. This is what gets the ladies. I'm like, I know, I want them. I mean, I actually, honestly, I have pretty blue eyes, but his are like this beautiful sky with white cloudy look to them. Like, they're just beautiful. It's ridiculous.
Most people don't realize actually that I wear colored contacts because my eyes, their natural color, it's a little disturbing for folks. If you take a look.
Fuck off. I saw it loading. I knew that's what you were doing.
Yeah, well, you know, come on. I had to. The opportunity was there. If I hadn't taken it, you would have wondered if I was really me.
Right. What have you done with Kate?
Right.
Bring her back here right now.
You know, it's like that whole thing, like, what would you say that would tell people that you've been kidnapped? For me, it would have to be something rabidly pro Shatner, I'm sure. You know, and then people would be like, this can't be the real Kate.
I would just say, I'm having this great sex with this dude. His dick is so big and it's so good. And people would be like, oh my God, what's wrong? That would be it right there. That's all
yeah,
it would take.
Yeah, that would probably do it too.
Because everybody would be like, who's got B's phone? Who is this? This can't be back. So, yeah. Pretty funny anyways. I don't know what I would say. I don't think anybody would have the balls to kidnap me. I'd probably make their life hell and make them into my bitch and have them fucking tied up in 10 minutes.
Oh, Oh,
So,
what was that story I heard
kidnap
about?
me.
I think it was like the legend of Redbeard or something, where it was like this kid gets kidnapped and he's so hellish that the kidnappers have to pay the parents to take him back.
Oh, right.
No, please. Fuck the ransom. I will give you $1,000. Take your child back. No, you stole him. You can have him.
I forget what that was called. I seem to remember like the kid thought he was a Native American or something. He was playing as being one, and that's why he was called like Red Fern or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, it was this whole story about like take the kid back. Oh my gosh, you know.
Oh, the kid was psycho, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's great. That's hilarious.
Oh man.
Here's
I wish I
something
could remember
weird.
what that
You know when they talk about the color of clothes, how they talk about some things like gray heather or black
sure.
heather.
Yeah.
Okay, so for a while, all I ever saw it was gray, so I thought it was just a version of gray. I didn't really ever realize it. And a few days ago, I was shopping online, and I was like, "Oh, I know what they mean now. I just figured it out like a week ago." I mean, because I don't care about clothes that much. It's really why I don't really give a fuck. I'm like, what? I don't know. What's that mean? I don't know. I just want this shirt. You know?
Really been
This
much
is-
for fashion, me.
This is actually little stripes with heather. Heather, it's when they do that mottled look. It's called heather.
Hmm.
So, of course, that was great. I'm looking through shirts trying to distract myself from my life, and I see heather, and I'm like, thanks, fuckers. Every other fucking one has the word heather on it. That's
I don't know,
helping
I
me.
would rather have said heathen, but that's just me.
I just can't win, Kate. I can't win. I just, blow after blow. So, and not the good kind, I wish.
I wasn't
That'd be
gonna
great.
say it. I was thinking it, but I wasn't gonna say it.
I miss the good kind.
Because
though.
I'm a complete child. There's just no other way around
Sex
it.
was so good. Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
You ever have that like, oh my God, mind blowing, you don't know where you are, you don't care, it's just you and that other person and nothing else matters and you don't even know what room you're in anymore. And it's just like, it's almost like everything around you just whites out and disappears. And you're just into that and it's amazing and there's this connection and everything's perfect and I miss it.
No, but thanks for letting me know
really?
it's out there.
Oh, that's what can be possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know either.
Then again, I'm also
I've only had it happen to
a little
me.
bit on the demi side, so like I don't
Yeah.
feel a lot of lust to begin with anyway. So whatevs.
Yeah, touche, or three.
Mm.
No, I've only had that. I've had that happen to me with two different people, and she's one of them, and then my ex from back in 2008, who I'm friends with still. We didn't speak for a few years, but we became friends again. So.
Oh, that was the thing I forgot to mention when I was talking about how Flea got in contact with me.
Oh, Diane Korostu.
Oh,
she didn't say
I'm
a
listening.
lot, but it sounded for all the world like she had said that our relationship had affected her pretty deeply too. And I'll be honest, I never thought that it might have. I thought she had just like thrown me away like last night's leftovers. Like I didn't think she ever thought of me at all. So that was a little surprising.
Okay, then.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you're never really sure about each side of a conflict until someone says something.
So now you're going to get back together.
Well, I have to say one of the only reasons I was willing to talk to her was one of the same reasons I was saying, like, it's okay to just, walk around and make a spectacle of myself in San Diego is because I'm never going to see these people again. Even if I wanted to get together with her, I'm moving to the East Coast, right? In July, there is no way in hell that she and I are going to end up together. It's not even possible whether I wanted it or not. And I don't.
Mhm.
So, some part of me will probably always have a little bit of affection for her, but the more rational part of me knows that's the self-destructive part of me that needs to shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, what the hell is it with me and bad girls? I gotta get out of that. Like, I gotta lose that particular interest. I'm not gonna call it a fetish, but an interest. Why am I so attracted to like punk chicks? What the fuck?
I don't know. Your self-destructive tendencies. That's all I can think of.
I guess I do, but I think what it is actually, and I've been thinking about this just about like autism in general, is that because I don't have like the best interpreter for social cues all the time, I have a lot of supposed does in my head. You're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. And unfortunately, most of them come from TV and movies, which do not reflect real life at all, but it's all I have to go on, right? And so, like, every now and then, my instincts will just steer me really badly wrong. I forget where I was going with this. How did I start it?
I don't know. What was going through my mind was your life as a Miami Vice script.
Well, it was something about seeing people again ever, and I won't be, and all of that.
Right. Well, that
Um,
was the only reason you were talking to Flake.
yeah. Well, and so I mean, no matter what, she and I are never getting back together, that's for sure. So it was just nice to know that I wasn't just discarded. It was nice to know that it meant something to her.
Hopefully. Yeah, hopefully.
So, well, no, I mean she said it.
Well, hopefully it's
I
not
mean,
just words, I mean, I'm a cynic,
well,
remember?
well, whether it is or not, it helped me out, and
Okay,
it gave me that closure I needed, and I think I can move on. And that
Yay.
is pretty helpful and healthy, because I'll be honest, I don't know how many potential relationships I've screwed up because I was still screwed up over what she had done. That
Okay.
I mean, like I've been pretty damaged for a while because of that relationship with her, and I think I might be ready to start like I feel like I may have healed a lot just in the last night.
Dayo Korostu.
You
It,
know,
it
when you
feels
were
like I could start to see myself in a relationship again. Like there were a couple of times there were some people in Seattle in person who did express interest, and I was into it, but then some part of me was like terrified that what happened with Flea would happen with someone else.
Mm.
And so I kept stopping myself. I think now maybe I might be in a position to pursue something and mean it.
Okay, then. And then and with your luck, nobody will be interested now.
Well, of course not. And like an idiot, I'm moving to a very small state to narrow my pickings even slimmer.
There you go. Perfect, right.
Uh,
Oh, please. You want to talk about narrowing your field or what you can do? That's my life right now, because now I'm like, till surgeries are done, I'm stuck in the middle. So that's really narrowing the playing field. Anybody want an old chubby white trans guy?
There
Anybody?
you go.
well, I mean, the
Any takers?
playing
No.
field is pretty narrow when basically your main trait is undesirability.
Yeah, that's
That definitely will have an
feel
effect
that.
on the dating life, and
Yes.
the world
Yes.
does seem to, or at least the in-person world seems to have made it collectively known that, well, it likes me as a friend.
Yeah. It's always good to.
Honestly, I'm glad I'm demi, because if I wasn't, I'd start to resent not having sex much. But given that I don't really want it, I would like to have a proper relationship, sex or no sex. That'd be nice.
Honestly, before I met Heather, I was okay not having sex. But the sexual attraction between us was so strong at first, for me to her at first, until she started realizing that I was flirting with her and stuff, and then realized that she had been flirting back with me and not even realizing she was bringing me food every day. And I said, Ben, this chick is bringing me food every day. He goes, man, they don't do that unless they're into you. And I said, but I don't know if she is. I can't tell. Like, it's so on the line of could be or couldn't be. And it's my boss, and I don't want to say anything and lose my fucking job. And this was the first few months I worked there. But the attraction to her, and then later on our mutual attraction was so strong that, man, all of a sudden that and the testosterone at the same time, like I was just like a horny motherfucker. And so now it's calming down again.
Well, I'm in a bunch of
Since I'm not getting it, I don't think I'll ever tap that again.
I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups for lesbians where every other meme, seriously, meme, comic, whatever post is basically, I don't know if she's into me. Should I make a move? You know, and most of the memes are like two people who are totally into each other, not sure if they should make a move. You know, and both of them are looking at each other like, okay, so we've met and we've kissed and we've had sex and we've moved in together. Are we in a relationship?
Okay, yeah.
I think when you get to the point of we are going to move in together, just starting to talk about it, yes, that is a full-time committed relationship.
But the thing is that this totally like matches my own experiences. Like the lesbian community is really like it is. There's a lot of overlap between friends and more friends in a relationship. And it's difficult to tell which one is happening because there's so much overlap, right? And so it's like, well, we held hands while watching a movie, but friends do that sometimes too, just for, you know, companionship or whatever. So was that a date or were we just friends? Well, and there's just so much of that uncertainty, just between lesbians.
But see, that's the problem. And it's not just lesbians or gay men. It's everybody. Everybody has this problem.
Okay, people, but lesbians turn it up to 11, okay?
Oh, no, it's 13. Don't fucking give me any shit.
Okay, fine, but you know what I'm saying is...
So here's the point. We all, you know, when you go to meet someone on a date, I'm going to say...
Uh-oh.
Person to look at them and go, hey, I want to date you, right? Because you're interested in that person. You want them to be interested in you. It's just natural. Sure. So we tend to put our best foot forward. And then when a couple months go by, or 8 or 9 months, or a year and a half, depending on the person, I've had it happen anywhere from 9 months to almost 2 years. And then all of a sudden the person is totally different. I'm like, who the fuck are you? You know? Oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're sick of acting like someone you're not. Why were you acting that whole time? See, so the problem is I feel like people need to be more honest and just communicate with each other. You know, Heather was the first person I just ever walked up to and said, I need to talk to you. And then sat her down and said, look, I'm in love with you. And I can't help it. And I know you're not interested in me and I'm cool with that. Just tell me no and I will walk away. I just need to hear the no and know there's not a chance. She never really fucking answered me. And then the next day she's like, oh, I'm fucking insanely in love with you. And I'm like, holy fuck, you know? So her life is just not conducive to a relationship right now. That's really the problem. It's not us.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. I kind of got a hint that Kylie was into me when she got me alone and planted one.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Yeah.
That's a decent indicator, although I'm not even kidding when I say that there are some lesbians in those groups who would go, what did that mean?
That means she wants to have sex with you and might be interested in a relationship later. That's what that means.
You know, but I mean, seriously, like it's weird how all the signs can be there and yet it still seems like it could be friendship and you're not sure. It's weird.
Right. Yeah. No, I get it. But that's where I was going. Thank you for recentering me back on the tracks. Communication is so important and being honest is so important. And this is what I tell younger people. And you're a little younger than me, so I can tell you this. I mean, I got like 8 years on Kate. So anyways, so the key is to don't go out on a date and go, oh, let's go to the best restaurant in the world. And I'm going to take her out for steak and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to bring these big, expensive flowers. If that's not who you really are, you shouldn't do that. If you're the kind of person that really feels comfortable running over to Starbucks and grabbing coffee and sitting down and having a conversation, or grabbing a few sandwiches and a few things of water and just walking out to the park and sitting down and talking and like be yourself. If you would like to go to McDonald's, and that's the place you would like to go grab food and go park somewhere and have a date, go to fucking McDonald's. If they hate McDonald's and you love McDonald's, well, you know what? You might get along still, who knows, but at least you know who the other person is now. That's information. Okay? So it's all about learning about each other. And the longer we do that, oh, I'm trying to be perfect, I want her to really like me, the longer it's a facade and not you. And then when you start being more yourself and you comes out in little bits and they get to know you, then it's not necessarily a good thing.
Well,
So
I
I
mean,
say save time and be yourself from the beginning.
by the same token, I can kind of understand the sentiment of if I'm myself from the beginning, they won't give me a chance.
But the right person will is the point.
Yeah,
The
but
right
I
person
mean,
will.
I
I never deceived
know what
her.
you're
I told her
saying.
I was crazy. I told her about my PTSD. I told her about all of that before I even said anything to her, because I wanted her to know, because I get to work with her every day, so we got to know each other. But I wanted her to know up front what I was dealing with in my personal life and who I really am. And so I pulled no punches. I told her everything she knows about how my kid was conceived. She knows all of my horrible shit that's happened in my life. She knows every fucking bit of it. And I did that on purpose because I'm not holding anything back. This is me. And despite all that shit, despite everything, the PTSD and my flare-ups and everything, she still fucking loved me. So that's the point, is the right person's going to love you no matter what. That one person, you're going to find somebody that's you're kind of crazy and loves exactly what you love, or everything. Let's say they love everything else in the world except they're not into graphic stuff or, computer generated whatever. Maybe they like to do fucking, I don't know, stained glass.
Right.
But that's okay, because the basics is what's important. It's the basics, how you go through life and how you deal with things, and that's the stuff that people have to get used to about each other. It doesn't matter. The little shit doesn't matter.
Well, okay, but what you said before, where it's like, okay, well, the right person will give you a chance. It's like after a while, you get enough no's right from like the start. But you think maybe you got to hide something till they're ready for it, and you can ease them into it. Whatever it may be, I don't know, but if there's something that's driving folks off and you don't know what it is, it's time to start concealing shit until they start giving you a chance to find out what's going on.
No.
Well, but
be yourself. And when the right person comes across, they're going to think, oh my God, this person is fucking amazing. I want to marry her.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
All right.
And it's a bitch to find that person. I get it. Trust me. I've only had three good relationships in my entire life.
Let me see if I can explain this though. Is like there's a lot of folks where when they go looking, they may not find that one person right away, but they have a whole lot of fun looking, right? They have a whole lot of fun trying with other people until they find that one person. But when you're not apparently that attractive, or when apparently the world has collectively decided, you know what, you've got a great personality. After a while, you start to think maybe I need to start engaging in a little deceit for just a little while, enough to get that foot in the door. And then you can show them who you really are.
Well, I'm not saying throw it all at them at the first date. Wow. I mean, let it flow naturally and learn about each other. But my thing is like, okay, if your favorite thing to wear and the same thing you wear every day is a pair of jeans and a pair of Converse and a t-shirt that has some kind of like Star Wars or whatever you like on it, if that's your shit, you shouldn't go to a date dressed like in a suit.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Although
put on your best t-shirt. Yeah, but be your fucking self.
Yeah.
Be yourself. I went on a date with this woman and she was the sweetest lady in the world, but she dressed horribly and she was chunky, which I don't have any problem with, but I don't think, because I'm chunky, it's not that, it's just how you handle how you take care of yourself. And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
some people just don't take care of themselves. And then I'm like, sorry, that's a turn off. Like, I want a woman that respects herself. That's my big thing.
Well, okay, I have to admit I a little bit of a problem with things like respect yourself, because not everyone agrees on what that even means in the first place.
Well, of course, there's variations.
I've had a lot of people say like, oh, why don't you respect this, that, or the other thing about yourself? And I'm like, but what you're telling me I should be doing, what you call respect, is something I find repellent. So why would I do that? I wouldn't be respecting myself if I did that thing you're telling me to do.
Well, that goes to a question of morals and ethics and your point of
Yeah.
view on stuff. And
Yeah.
that goes right back to you being yourself and the person either accepting you for who you are or they don't.
True.
It just wraps right back around it.
I
It's
don't
so
know.
much of that is so important because the bottom line is, a relationship's like a house. You got to build it, and if
Yeah.
you don't have a good foundation on the house, that house is not going to stay built. It's going to fucking crumble. It's going to fall in. So
Well,
the main
sure.
cornerstones are honesty, communication, trust, and respect. And if you have
Okay.
those 4 cornerstones with someone fully, truly, you will have a good relationship.
Okay, but what I'm saying is until I find that good relationship, until someone wants to buy the car, I'd like a few people to kick the tires once in a while. You see what I'm saying?
You know what? I'd love for some fucking hot little fucking dark-haired woman to come along and fucking kick my tires. Kick my tires, baby.
I mean, and I'm not even
hell yeah.
necessarily talking about sex. I'd just like to, have a few people view the apartment before someone decides to buy it. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to. I'm saying I'd like to date.
Would
a
someone
little bit.
please take me for a test drive?
That's just what I'm saying. It's like, and the weird part is, this is the really annoying part. Is, like I said, there seems to be a trend in the lesbian community to not quite notice when someone is being flirty with us. Right.
Mhm.
On top of that, I'm also autistic, which means I miss social cues. And I've had friends tell me that I've been flirted with, and I had no idea. They're like, "Why were you were just being friendly with? She was hitting on you," and I'm like, "No, she wasn't. We were just chatting. She wanted to be friendly." They're like, "She was hitting on you." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, she wasn't." And they're like, "Yeah." And
Yeah, I do that too because I
blew my chance at one of the hottest, so out of my league women in the Seattle goth community because I thought she just wanted to be my friend. And I am kicking myself to this day because she wasn't just hot, she's a great person too.
Oh.
And I missed a chance because I'm fucking clueless, right? So, I mean, I feel like I'm looking for a unicorn. I'm looking for someone who's into me, that I'm into, who's willing to be obvious enough to let me know that I'm not just meeting a new person, that I am in fact being flirted with. Does that person exist at all in this world? I don't think so. Either that or I already met her and it was that junkie ex of mine and circumstances just made it impossible. I don't know. Because I'll be honest, when she was sober, her crazy did match my crazy. Like, seriously, if I could find
that's
her
good. That's good.
if I could find a non-substance abuse version of her, I'd be the happiest Kate in the world.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, if I could find an unstressed and unoverworked and unemotionally a mess right now version, I just want Heather back.
Well.
God, I love her so much. She's just, the problem is she's too good of a person. She's such a good person. She tries to help everybody she knows, and she spends her free time doing stuff for her kids and everybody else. And so there's no time for her. And so in order for her to have time, I was consuming that time.
I have to admit, when I get altruistic, and it does happen, I mean, again, autistic, I don't like to spend a lot of time at things. So if I'm going to be altruistic, I usually just throw money at whatever it is. It's like if I have some extra dough, I'll throw money at a charity somewhere just because why not? Or like, Christmas rolls around and there's a Secret Santa thing. I'll buy presents for folks, that kind of thing. Just because I like to spread a little joy around, make the world a little bit better for someone, brighten their day a smidge, But right. I don't necessarily want to work the line at a soup kitchen. I'd rather buy the soup, like donate the soup and stand on the line. You know what I mean?
Well, there's something to be said for being productively lazy. You're still being productive. You're just doing it the easier way. And it's more expensive, so that's your choice. Who cares? Either way, you're giving.
And the truth is that, like, before I started working on Quinn Redshift full time, when I was still making, videos, like at least 4 videos a month, I actually was kind of rolling in dough. And that's why I decided to spread it around. During the pandemic, a lot of people were in trouble. A friend of mine was like, "Oh my God, I need $60 or I'm going to get evicted." I sent her 200 and said, "This is not a loan. It's a gift. Just pay it forward when you get a chance," kind of thing.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
like doing that. Being generous feels fucking good. It does.
Hell
right?
yeah.
So
I love to help people when I can. I just can't most of the time. I'm broke all the time.
yeah, so it's like, sure, maybe I don't do the manual labor part of being generous, but I still try to make people's day better if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I do stuff like there's the homeless population here. They have like guidelines and laws, and they're allowed to beg, but they have like they can't go after anybody or scream at anybody, and their signs can only be so big, and they can't stand on private property, blah blah blah, right?
Right.
So these guys are always on the street corner at every fucking red light. There's usually a male, about 25-30% of the time it might be female, mostly guys out there. So I don't want to give any of them money because I don't have a lot of money. And if I feel like if I give them money, then what are they going to do? Go buy drugs, or are they going to buy food with it? You don't know what really they're going to do with it. And I just don't want to support someone's drug habit because there's a lot of homeless guys around here that are on heroin. They have some serious fucking junkies here. I mean, there's not a lot of them. It's not a bad place or anything. They steal some shit once in a while, but otherwise they're pretty much harmless.
I've bought food for homeless people. I don't give them cash, but there was one dude I gave like a cheeseburger or something from Mickey D's as I was passing by, that kind of thing,
Yeah, now that's exactly where I was going. That's what I'll do. Or if I don't have any like food on me, or I haven't been to the store, or I don't have anything in the truck, I'll just be like, I'll be like, "Hey man, you smoke?" And they're like, "Fuck yeah, I'll take a couple." Oh no, I'll take a smoke. And I'm like, all right, here, take two. They're small because I smoked the Red 72s, so they are literally shorter.
Okay.
And I always give them two, and they're like, "Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate you." I'm like, "You need a light, man?" They're like, "No, I got one." Okay, well, before I leave, let me know if it doesn't work. And they're like, "Thanks." I'm like, "No problem." Like, I'll do stuff like that, but I don't give out money.
That's another thing is like I get my weed delivered, which is great. The dispensary will actually send people in their car to you. I always tip them $5 per delivery every time for the driver. Which I don't know if that, for all I know, that's actually being stingy, but the way they thank me, I think it's overly generous. But I don't care. I'll give them $5 as a tip. Why not?
Well,
yeah, no, and it also depends. Like, some places have such a low minimum wage. Those guys are not making fucking shit. They're probably started out at minimum wage. If they've been there for a while, they might make $1 or $1.50 more an hour, but they don't get paid a lot of money usually because it's not a commission based. It's just an hourly position, and they make them do all like the deliveries and the cleaning and stuff like that. So they're the bottom of the barrel dudes. So no, I don't mind giving those guys fucking money at all. Like where I live, the minimum wage is almost where it should be, and it's like $12.10 an hour in this county I live in. The rest of the state isn't like that. It's $3 less, like the rest of the nation is. But where we live is so expensive, they pay higher here because you couldn't afford to live here and work here, and people wouldn't live here. It's just too expensive. Everything's fucking expensive here. So,
yeah, that's actually one thing. Like, I'm told that Vermont has gotten a little expensive, but I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
One thing that will happen, I will almost certainly be getting a vehicle, and since it's Vermont, it will probably have 4 wheels instead of 2. But like that means unless I can get an electric vehicle, it'll have to be gas powered. So.
I don't know what style of vehicle do you like? Because I have some suggestions.
Different
directions.
I am rather partial to the old Geo Tracker and the Suzuki Samurai, but I don't think they make anything similar to that anymore. I love it's weird. Maybe this is just me indulging my little girl side, but I love the Barbie's first Jeep look of them. Barbie's dream Jeep kind of look. But if it's not that, I mean, I just want something that doesn't look like a dowdy old grown-up car, frankly.
Get a here's my suggestion. Great on gas mileage, 4-cylinder, has all the bells and whistles of like brake assist, and I'm gonna tell you, I owned one of these cars and I loved that fucking car. I got stopped and got 3 tickets within 10 minutes because of that car, because it was so much fun to drive.
What car is
So,
it, though?
but you have to get. But if you're living in Vermont, I would get the 4-wheel drive version.
But what is it?
Toyota CHR.
Okay,
They're
Toyota.
seriously roomy inside. They don't look like it. They look like really like you'll see the shape of them, but they don't look like they're roomy inside. But when you get inside, the seats are really low, so you have a bunch of headroom. You got a bunch of fucking leg room up under the dash. It drives fast. And literally, I was driving down the road in this car, and I had the silver one, like that one to the right of the guy.
I love this shade of blue, though.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. That's the nicer version. The silver and white are the base models. Anyway, so I was driving down the road in this car, and I'm going around a little bit of a corner, and I look over to see if I can get in the other lane, and then all of a sudden my car beeps and slows me down, and I look forward, and I'm like this far from a truck. I mean, it literally saved my life. That was a full-size pickup truck jacked up, I would have went underneath of it, and that fucking hitch and everything would have came right at me. That's
so
what level it was at.
The backup cam where it, you can like parallel park and there's a screen that shows you as you're backing up, that thing. I haven't heard anyone but me call them this. I call them kaleidoscopes. Easy.
You're funny. Shh.
That
thing
I
also
have to
has
say,
that.
Aesthetically, that CHR, what was it, CHR looks.
CHR.
I like the aesthetics of it. That's for sure. It looks. It has that
really
look like if this was in Japan and it was animated, that thing could turn into a robot.
Yeah, no, it is really cool. It's a comfortable car. Everybody I knew that saw it when I bought it, they weren't just like, nice car, man. They were all like, what the fuck is this? I haven't seen one of these. And it's just a great fucking car. It corners well. It accelerates well. It doesn't use a lot of fucking gas. The bucket seats are really comfortable. How they have it where you sit and everything, it's almost more like a racer car style with the higher console a little bit. And it's just comfortable as fuck. There's tons of leg room, tons of headroom. Like I was sitting in it, and the roof was up here on me.
Well, I was curious, like how much it was. $23,000 is not that bad.
No, I bought mine, and I spent altogether with everything. It was like $23,500 with all the taxes, tags, blah blah blah. And when I took it back over to the dealership, they actually gave me all my money back, except I had to pay them one $498 payment.
Okay, so hold on a sec, real quick.
They hold value well, as my
number one. Do they have an electric version? Because I would like to get something that's green energy.
I don't think they do. I don't know.
Number two, I'm looking in the chat here, and something's going nuts. The Lone Wanderer's Bunker wants me to stay in California, and Stool thinks I need to be slapped.
What the hell is going on in the chat, you guys?
I have no idea, and then they're saying, when am I moving? I'm moving in July. The new place will be available on July 1st. I guess if you haven't heard the story, I don't like it in San Diego. The people are obnoxious, and it just, I don't fit in here. The place is too spread out. If you don't have a vehicle, you can't fucking like do anything. Your social life narrows down to like 10 square blocks. It sucks, right? So basically, I'm the last 2 years have been pretty hellish. I just felt the need to touch home base, and so I wanted to go back to Vermont, where I was raised. I actually wanted to live in my childhood home, but my parents have leased it out. We'll see what happens when that lease is up, though. But I'm selling the place in San Diego, and it's going to be worth about twice what the new place in Vermont is worth. And therefore I'm able to use a lot of extra money for things like getting a car, for things like upgrading all of my computers and animation software and all of that stuff. So, it's all to the good. And this new place I'm getting, it ticks so many of the boxes for what I wanted in a place. It's perfect. It really is. The only way it could be better is if it was my childhood home. Is it? So,
Right.
how much will I get for my place? About 400K, give or take.
Oh, a little
So,
less than I thought you were going to get. Okay.
no, no, no,
I
no,
thought you were going to
that's
get closer to 6.
no, not even, not a
Oh,
chance,
okay.
not a chance. But
You know what?
The place in Vermont is about 2,200, or it's 220K is what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
So, like 220, like, or 400 minus 220, it's a lot of money. It's money to play with.
It's
Let's just put it
180
that way.
grand, and what you can do is stick a chunk of that into a savings account and let it accrue some shit.
Yeah. But also,
And you could even
like,
invest it into like a safe money market or whatever. If you're going to leave it in the bank, stick it in something like that so it just makes you money while it's sitting
Yeah,
there.
and some nice Russian securities.
right.
No,
I'm not
no.
100%. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain exactly what I'm gonna do, but I'm going to do something. I mean, obviously, like I say, there's a lot of setup costs. I mean, I want to get the car and all the other stuff, but still, yeah. Well, we'll see
Yeah.
what happens, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I was trying to think. I think there's a newer electric, or it was a hybrid. It's a kind of like a mini SUV. So it looks like one of the regular size SUVs, but it's just a little shorter, a little skinnier, and a little
Yeah.
shorter.
I think I know the one you're talking about, and
I think Chevy makes them, and I think Buick makes them, and maybe GMC or something
I
like that.
see anything even vaguely SUV-ish just is a little too mom
Yeah,
car
I
for
don't like
me.
that either. Oh, and
Yeah.
also the other thing I like about the CHRs, they are not as low as a regular car.
Hmm.
They are actually a little bit higher. So when there was bad snow and shit, I didn't have a problem. I was, because I was up higher where the cars were getting stuck and shit. I drove right through it. So yeah, it was a good car. I had that car in Ohio through 2 winters, and I think I slipped one time when I was slowing down to go into a stop in a parking lot. And that was just the regular front wheel drive, but it's just a great car. Anyways, I was trying to think let me check into this real quick.
Sorry, I'm just emailing someone about the Toyota thing, partly to remind myself, partly to ask for feedback. So, okay, cool. Well, thank you for that recommendation, Mr. B.
You are welcome.
Now I do need to keep looking though. I mean, I'd love to find something. I mean, I do like that look, although I'm not a huge fan of like the trend these days where the front end of the car is just super tall. I liked it when things were a little more like narrow and sleek. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, how they make the front ends bigger now. I know it's kind of weird. A
Yeah.
lot of them are
I mean,
doing
let's
it.
put it.
I think it's a penis thing, so guys will buy them. I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
So
I would love to have a car that has the gull wing doors of a DeLorean. Like I
so
don't care
this
about
is
anything
this
else.
is
If
the
they
new
open upward.
this is the new electric Kia.
Okay.
Here, I'll get you another view of it.
Well, hold on. I have the Google machines.
It's a
Uh,
Kia EV6.
Okay.
Look up EV.
EV6.
Yeah, like electric vehicle 6. Yeah. It's got
Well,
some
that
sporty
does look
tires
like
on
a
it too.
futuristic bubble car. I like it.
Doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
It's like a different version of Tesla kind of thing, but I actually like that style.
Kinda.
I think the Teslas look kind of weird, honestly.
I'm
not
okay
really
with the
into 'em.
Teslas, although that weird sort of like pixelated block van thing that did the what was that about? Oh, hey, a shot of the interior.
know.
Oh, wow, that's pretty.
Ooh, that is nice.
That is really pretty.
Yeah, that's nice. And it's got the dial shifter, which some people, I don't like that, but some people do. I like my pickup where I go.
Well, okay, that's another thing is and it's ironic, I guess, or appropriate, maybe a lesbian saying that she doesn't drive stick, but I definitely need an automatic. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, you're hilarious.
Well,
Hold on. Checking out something else here.
so if you have any more other recommendations, I mean, I'm shooting in the dark when it comes to cars.
I'm looking right now because I think I have a couple more I can look into for you. Give me a minute. Trying to.
Let me see here. Kia EV6 price. How much does this cost?
$800
Probably
million.
50.
Yowza, 40K.
Oh, really? I was thinking 50. That's cheaper than I thought. That's not bad. Electric vehicles are expensive.
Maybe a
They
hybrid.
all are.
The problem here is you buy the electric vehicle. Where do you charge it?
Oh, there's options. I mean, like my parents, they had an electric vehicle for a while, and there was just this special plug that came out of the house somewhere, and that was it.
Yeah,
I got to go here in a minute, Kate, but look up the Subaru Solterra.
Subaru
Soltera.
Solterra. Righty. Oh, well, like sun and earth. Solterra, it appears.
Right.
Oh my gosh, that has that high front end thing going
does
on
it?
in
I didn't look that
spades.
close
Oh
at
my
it.
gosh. Here, well, let me show it. There. Yeah.
Oh,
What about
boy,
another
okay.
side view? Is it really that thick, or is it just the angle? Because that looks like it's kind of looking up a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Not as bad as the CHR is, though.
Yeah, and I want something that's more like sleek, like a jet aircraft,
Yeah.
Hey, for some reason that steering wheel is on the wrong side.
And then she finds out they don't sell it in the U.S.
Right.
It's possible. They started out with the Kia. I think it was called the Santa Fe, or something like that. Anyways, it's a car/truck, kind of like the Subaru Brat, but modernized.
Oh, I was always amused by
badass.
those.
It's a diesel car too, and it's got a small motor. It doesn't use a lot of fuel, and it's supposed to be really. I saw one in person. They're pretty badass.
I wasn't sure what to call the. What was the Brat? A truck? A station wagon? What the frick was it?
It was a car truck.
Okay.
That's why everybody loved it. But somehow it failed later, and I don't know how, because it was so fucking cool. I always wanted one when I was a kid. Like, always wanted one.
I don't know. I didn't want one, but I thought they were funny to look at.
Oh, yeah?
Nah. I don't know, because I didn't know what to make of them. They flouted every protocol I could think of for vehicles. The only way it could have been weirder is if it was like, a trike.
Yeah.
Or heck, 5 wheels somehow. I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay, there are some cars in Cyberpunk 2077 that I swear could not possibly drive for real. Maybe I'm wrong, but they have too many wheels in the wrong places, and it just doesn't look like that car could drive. Let me see if I can pull one up here. Yeah, there it is. It was one of the first things that came up.
Hey, Kate, I got another one for you to look up.
Does this make any sense to anybody?
No, that looks like it would make it hard to steer. That's all that would do.
This is what I'm saying.
You don't do if that was a good idea. Tractor trailers would have those.
This is what I'm saying. The first time I saw those, I thought it was like absolutely boneheaded.
It's fucking stupid. It's ridiculous. Unless both wheels turn, and I can tell you right now, he's making a turn, and the front wheel's turning, and the second one isn't. So it's going to be a bitch to turn that car.
Yeah.
Also look up the hold on. Volkswagen ID 0.5 GTX.
0.5 GTS. That
The
seems like a
inside
strange.
is slick
Okay.
as fuck.
GTX or GTS?
X-ray.
Oh. Oh, okay, you're right. I was the one who mistyped it. Okay. What on earth is they at? Hold
The
on,
inside of it looks pretty slick.
Let me real quick show this thing because it looks absolutely bizarre. What am I seeing here? That has to have caused car accidents.
Someone painted that one. Don't look at that one. Look at the other one.
No, but I'm just saying that has to
red
have
one.
caused accidents from time to time.
I don't know. That looks a little too SUV-y to me.
Yeah, it's very chunky. And then it says right here SUV coupe.
Oh, yeah, because it's got the hatchback.
Yeah, I
Deal.
did have
4-door.
I'm gonna go with no.
That one's got to be expensive, and that looks really weird.
Oh, that is a question. I don't know how expensive it is.
Shh, son, stop yelling at me.
Oh, well.
All right, you guys, I got to get off here. I got to stream in like 13 minutes, so I have to go. But I appreciate the wonderful conversation, and I love you both.
Well, thanks for coming
and,
by. Really and truly.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And
I'll see you on the flip side.
Have fun.
Moo.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would be a creepy way to give someone a farewell. Don't get murdered.
There
you know,
go.
they might take that as a veiled threat, which would not be in my intention, but certainly they wouldn't be laughing. They'd be trying to figure me out. Like, is it really possible that 2 serial killers could be in the same room at the same time?
There you go. There you go. Oh my! Now you've got me thinking of what I would look for in a car, and I
Seats, a steering wheel.
Yeah, and I found it. A 1972 Volvo 142E.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like the most boring car in the world.
I like it.
You like it because it's boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Copy image link. Let's see if we can do this. Oh my. Okay, paste and go to. There we go. Yeah, okay. And then what are you doing? Yeah, there you go. There you go. See?
Yeah, you know, maybe it's just me, but no. In fact, I'm just going to speak for the rest of the world. No.
Yeah, right here. See?
Is that the like from Harold and Maude?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know. It has that look. It has that look of that kind of movie, even if it's not that movie.
Okay.
I don't know. It just screams old.
Yeah, well, that's how you know I'm old.
Uh-huh. I mean, that is something interesting that, like, was going through Facebook for a little while. There was a meme about Gen X. Now, I consider myself more of a Xennial. I fit the attitude better. I fit the timeline better. But it's still, like, what was being said did fit me. And it was like, here's one. Be direct with Gen X. Give them data. Gen X says, tell me how it is, and cuts out the fluff. For generations like millennials, this is hard. Millennials want the shit sandwich for feedback. Now, along those same lines, it was the same like picture stream that I was looking at. There was one. Where is it? Where can I? Oh, damn it. There are so many of these. And it's going to take some finding. Hold on. Damn it. Well, some of it was about what we were just talking about, and I got lost. Or is it focus on the mission, acknowledging column? Oh well, I don't remember. Oh, that's right. That's right. It was basically about us being one of the first generations to embrace what was new as it came rather than getting stuck in the mud kind of thing, where it was like we were the ones who saw some of like the births of some of the technology that we see now. And like it was new and we were new and we adapted as it adapted, where older generations that didn't grow up with it have a harder time.
Moo. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But I'm trying to find that specific picture that like, because there was this long stream of like, here's what to expect from Gen X, and I'm not finding it now. Oh well. But yeah, and it's true. I mean, generations before mine were not the same. We're not raised the same. The way of growing up changed dramatically.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that much.
You know, and I think it has affected how we approach the world quite a bit, in fact.
Oh my. Well.
And so I look at something from long ago and I say, huh, that's old. What else you got for me? What's new? What's current? You know?
Oh, I don't know. It's new is nice, but then there's comfortable. You know.
But sometimes new is comfortable. Sometimes new is an improvement and makes things more comfortable.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And I would venture to say a lot of the time, a very large amount of the time.
I mean, I don't want something just because it's the newest thing out there.
Yeah, but I don't want to avoid what's new just because I've got something I like already.
Well, I might put off getting something that's new because I have something I like, but eventually I suppose there'll come a time when I have to get the new thing.
Yes, but that's my point is my generation tends to embrace the new thing rather than wait until you're absolutely forced. I mean, let's face it, the only reason I haven't upgraded my systems is money. I'm dying to upgrade all of my systems to get the latest version of everything. Because right now I feel like I'm being held back by old tech, you know? And so I think that eagerness to get the latest version of everything is new. And I think it started with my generation. You know, I think it started where we're like, oh my gosh, there's a Super Nintendo.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, it's like I love the Nintendo. It's so much better than Atari, which was so much better than Pong. And now there's a new version of Nintendo, and it's got like so many more colors, and the sound is better. And oh my gosh, you know, that's my generation. Where generations before us were like, yeah, but I already got what I like. You know, that stuff's for the kids. Let them have the new stuff, you know? I mean, let's face it, it started with my generation buying the latest version of every iPod or iPhone or whatever.
Oh
You
Lord.
know, that started with my generation.
I just don't know about that, but okay, that's.
I'm just saying is that there is a very different mindset, and it kind of started with Gen X and the Xenials. Like a different way of approaching life, a different way of approaching the world, a different way of who you want to be or how you want to become who you end up becoming, you know?
Moo.
And I think it mystifies a lot of people before Gen X. I think they don't understand it, that they're used to that sort of, baby boomer and before mindset of how to approach life. And I think that it's so alien for them that they have a hard time relating to people my generation and later.
I don't know if it's a hard time relating. I mean, if this is what you want, then have it by all means. Um,
It's more than just that, though. I mean, a lot of the things I'm talking about, they're almost required for life these days. And if you don't have certain skills, or if you don't know certain things, or if you don't use certain tech, you get lost, you get left behind.
yeah, yeah, granted.
So you kind of a little bit do have to stay up to date. I mean, I spent a lot of time broke and thus was not able to keep up with popular entertainment, for example. There are a lot of things I've missed, a lot of things I don't even know I've missed. I'm not sure how easy it would be to go back to watching network television now, especially since I'm used to streaming everything and not having to deal with commercials.
Okay.
So I mean, I don't know, but it does feel at times like I'm being left behind. I hear a lot of pop culture artists, I hear a lot of actors whose names I don't know anymore, and I feel like I'm getting left behind, and I hate it. I know there are a lot of folks out there, like earlier than my generation, where they're like, well, that's the younger generation stuff. Me, I'm sitting here going, I'm getting left behind, and I don't like it one bit. You know?
Okay, I guess it's just got to the point where I've tired my legs out running to keep up.
Okay. From the way you talk about Linux, I don't agree, but okay.
Yeah. Linux works, and I like the way it works. It could use a couple things every now and then, but
Translation: I was born here, I was raised here, and consarn it, I'm gonna die here. Okay, don't tell me that's not what you just said.
I was born in HP, raised in DEC, so yeah.
I'm just saying. Hmm.
Oh,
In a way, I kind of hate how the Google Earth car blurs out people's faces, because sometimes I'm curious if that's who it looks like it could possibly be.
okay then.
I don't know. You ever go
Yeah,
through a familiar
that
place in Google Earth and you're like, well, only so many people live here. Is that Bob?
Yeah, one of those deals. Well, I actually have seen a friend on Google, the Street View.
Okay.
It's amazing that she was actually visible. Her face was actually visible and everything else. It wasn't blurred out for some reason.
One thing I'm surprised I haven't seen yet is someone flipping off the Google car. I've seen a lot of waving. I have not seen an extended middle finger. But I don't know. I mean, like, there was once here in San Diego, actually, where I saw the Apple Maps car go by, which is not the same. It's not the Google Earth car. And because it's proprietary and I don't own any Apple products, I could not look and see if I could see me. I couldn't go looking, you know?
Okay then.
And I was irritated by that. I was like, I actually kind of wanted to see if I was there in Apple Maps, but no, I couldn't see. I couldn't look.
Oh,
Bastages, freaking Apple. I hate Apple so much. I really do.
that is the poopuness.
I mean,
Yes.
like, I like to look down on and speak derisively of Linux, but I hate Apple. You know?
I just don't like Apple because they lock you into their stuff. You know, it's to do any of it, you've got to have all of their stuff, and you can't get an OEM anything or whatever.
I think the beginning of the end for me, because like I remember liking, say, like the Apple II GS, for example, I thought was pretty cool. But I think for me, the beginning of the end was when the Mac came out, and I was like, number one, it's black and white. What the fuck? But number two, why is there only one button on that mouse?
Okay, yeah.
Because at the time, I mean, we didn't have mouse wheels yet, but I had a 2-button mouse, maybe even three. I'm not sure. Like, because I think there was a time when they made a 3-button mouse, but no mouse wheel yet, right? And I'm
Yeah,
looking at this
yeah.
this Mac, and I'm going, okay, granted, the sound is a hell of a lot better, but in every other way, it feels like a very dumbed down computer. In every other way, I feel like I'm using a Fisher Price My First Computer computer.
Okay, yeah.
Right? But
Yeah.
like it just, and at that point I said, I am so done with you guys because I can do whatever the hell I like with my PC for the most part. I mean, if it's possible to do it, I can do it. And it has so many more options and bells and whistles and features, and they're all useful. So screw you guys. Right. And since then, it hasn't gotten any better. It still feels like I'm using the Duplo of computers when I use an Apple. You know, everything else is Lego, but this shit's Duplo. It's big and it's fluffy and it's there to hold your hand. You know, it's just I hate Apple so much. I really do. Is their design philosophy, the way they treat the users. I don't like them.
I haven't used Apple on a regular basis since I was in school this last time.
I don't know. The only way you can get me to use Apple on a regular basis is if it came with a laxative, but go on.
Well, the labs were all full of apples, so they put them in there so you used them, and I still like the whole PC thing because I can build my own. I like building PCs.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean, I just I like having a computer where I have at least where I at least have a little decision over the customization of it. It feels like with the Mac, they want me to use the Mac the way Apple wants me to use a Mac.
Right, right. Which was what I was trying to say earlier in a pro. We didn't say it right, but yeah, you get their black box and that's it.
Well, no, I mean not just that. I mean, it's not just, oh, I can't replace the hardware, this, that, or the other thing. It's like if I want that menu over there, or if I want these items in that menu, or if I want this, it just feels like they lock me in too hard into
Right,
their UI scheme.
right, right.
You know, that's actually what I really don't like about Windows 11 right now, is that the UI has changed in a way that feels really dumbed down and is definitely not customizable.
Okay.
And that pisses me right off. It feels like they're trying to make a PC work more like a Mac. And I have seen nothing but public outcry from the people who comment on such things. They're like, what the hell did you do? You took out everything I care about. So, yeah, not happy about it. Not happy at all.
Moo.
It's, oh, man, I have this weird craving right now for a donut.
Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Getting a donut isn't too far away. There's a Dunkin' Donuts not too far from me. But I don't know. It's weird to just all of a sudden out of nowhere crave a donut.
A Swiss cheese and dill pickle donut.
What I was thinking was one of those funky ones where it's sort of like a moon pie or an Eskimo pie or one of those, more Eskimo pie really, where it's like, it's a donut but it's filled with like Boston cream filling or whatever.
Okay, then. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I know that Dunkin' Donuts had those at one point. It's been a while since I've gone looking. I don't know if they still do.
I haven't been to a Dunkin' Donut in, oh, I don't know. I think the last time I went to a Dunkin' Donut was before I was in hospital. It was before my kidneys failed. So that's almost a year.
Yeah.
God, time flies.
Well, I think it's been longer than that for me, but I don't know. I probably shouldn't have it just because, it'd be nice to be a bit on the slender side when I do the solstice parade. Because I do have like tickets and a hotel. Everything's lined up. I'm doing the solstice parade this year for sure.
Alrighty then.
Yep. I mean, I've been shying away from the words one last time, but it kind of feels like I don't know when I'll ever get to Seattle ever again after that. I have to admit, in a way, this is a saying goodbye
Yeah,
going up
yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I mean, that did hit me pretty hard. In a way, I was like, by moving to the East Coast, it's like I'm admitting that part of my life, that chapter of my life, is over. And that was half my life I spent in Seattle, and like 2/3 of that I spent in the goth community. And there's a lot of memories, good and bad, but mostly good. I mean, I like to say childhood was the best time in my life just because of all the playing I got to do. But in a way, I mean, maybe Seattle might have been the best time of my life. I don't know, but I mean, because I don't think I ever had more friends than I did when I was in the goth scene. I don't think I ever felt more accepted than I did when I was in the goth scene. And let's face it, going to the club was an absolute blast. Sure, the music wasn't exactly what I preferred, but still, it was great. And so, well, saying goodbye to all that is hard. It really is. And it's not like I could move back to Seattle and it'd all be okay because everyone tells me, no, it's going to shit. It's gentrified to hell. All the counterculture is gone. All the yuppies moved in and ruined it. So, it really is kind of a goodbye.
I don't know. That's the hard part of it when the stuff gets ruined like that.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you live long enough to see everything you care about get destroyed.
Danke für meine Yes.
And I hate that. I mean, especially being autistic, change is hard to begin with. Like I got to asking my parents, and I was worried about the answer. Uh, do we still have a landline in my childhood home? Is that number that's been our number since 1980? Is that still our phone number? And they told me no, and that hit me harder than I thought it would. Change is hard when you're autistic, and yeah, like learning that an entire city I cared about is basically a shell of itself is hard.
Uh huh. Yeah, move, definitely move. Oh, look. All right. The coffee is just about run all the way through.
Okay.
Yay. I tried drinking a glass of water, and let me tell you, when you live on a limestone bed, the water tastes like shit.
That's something I keep meaning to ask, and I keep forgetting to do it. I don't know what the water is like in like my apartment complex, my new condo complex, right? But one of the things, as I understand it, the water here in San Diego is not very good, and I have one of those filters on my sink, right? For the stuff where like I'm not washing, I'm cooking, I want to use that tap because that's where the filter is. But apparently, hard water can do a number on your hair. And I'm
Yes.
hoping that maybe if, the water is better in South Burlington, maybe that won't be an issue. I'm hoping.
Okay, because I'm trying to think here. I think that neighborhood is on Granite. I think.
Which neighborhood?
Vermont.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Vermont
I
geology.
know. I know there's granite quarries everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, because at least it's not limestone.
But I like lime.
Well, that's a different kind of lime.
Yeah. Well, and that's one of those things that irritates me is like, could we give both of those completely different things different names, please?
Diukorostu. The yeah, I lived all my life on a well, I'm still here, in a limestone bed, and the water is all full of calcium. It's all full of magnesium. It's all full of iron, and does a does a shit job on your hair. It tastes like hell.
Well, and I'm a
Um,
super taster. Water tastes like garbage to me, no matter what.
mm-hmm. Which I am kicking myself that I did not get that filter years earlier,
Hmm.
because I found out that I liked the taste of water.
Does water even have like a taste if it's been completely filtered and it's nothing but H2O? Does it even have a taste?
Technically, probably not, but there is a sensation to it.
Hmm. Well, it's just that so often water tastes to me either like soap or it's just bitter, gravelly taste. It's just
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
gross,
yeah.
But I have on occasion had water that had so little taste that it was actually kind of disconcerting.
Oh, okay.
It was like, I know there's something I'm drinking. There is definitely a beverage involved, but but it's a pure physical sensation. There is no taste at all.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
get it.
that I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but I find that creepy.
I actually really liked it, and I guess maybe it was because it was the change from this garbagey taste that was coming out of the tap. And it was not only a taste, it was a sensation. It was almost greasy.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And, icky. And well, that's why I was drinking so much coffee. It was that I was thirsty. I wanted something to drink, but the water was horrible. I wanted something that tasted better, and the coffee actually did taste a little better.
Okay, but the caffeine would have made you like, dehydrated, so you'd be thirsty again
Well, that's why I drank so much. That's why I would drink a gallon and a half of coffee in a day.
because it kept
It
dehydrating
kept
you, and so
going
you
through.
drank
Yep.
more of it, and so you drank more of the thing that would dehydrate you to try to rehydrate.
Yep.
Okay, what's the definition of insanity again?
Yeah, there you go. Look in the
Weirdo.
mirror. Oh, man. And now,
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you on that one. That just seems a little dippity, but all right.
and now I drink something and it just stays there.
Uh, well, um,
Desde Betristakala. Mage is a pure filter. Yeah,
yeah,
I have one of
that's
those rectangular tanks with a filter in it.
well, and I don't know. I mean, I have it's a funky tap thing. It's not the pure filter like the one that tips. You know what I'm talking about, where it looks like a small tank and it tips to one side when you want to like either use it or not. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
It looks sort of like a capsule and it sits to the side of the tap and is attached to it somehow.
I I think I know it. It's a
I
cylindrical
mean,
thing,
maybe
right?
well, I wouldn't say cylinder, but because it's a capsule, it's rounded on each end. Here,
Or did
I
you
mean,
hear
this appears to be a much newer version than the one I remember, but like that.
Okay, fine. All
There
right.
was one where like it would sit like if this is a water hello. Actually, it was more like this, like the Brita filter, then, where this part could tip one direction or another, and that would either turn the filter on or off.
Okay, that's where I was getting confused was when you mentioned the tipping.
Well, if
Um,
you knew that it wasn't, the pure filter and it was the Brita, why didn't you just say, did you mean the Brita filter?
I don't know. I lose track.
Well, regardless, that's, where my brain went.
Diukorostu.
But that's not what I have. I have actually there's this big old mechanism underneath the sink, and what it does is like it filters a whole bunch of water into a tank, and then there's a tap that's next to the regular tap on the sink, and you flip that on, and it sends out some of the filtered water, and then when you turn it off, it starts filtering more, like as a buffer, a supply,
Yeah,
you
huh?
know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I honestly cannot taste the difference between that and the regular tap water, but I guess it's healthier anyway, somehow,
Oh,
allegedly.
well, here is the one I have. What do you know? Let's get over there. There we go. Yo, get over here. Poo poo. Get over there.
Doom.
Yay. And then, yeah, this thing
Oh,
over here is that is exactly what I have.
that's like one of those things where, like, it's a Kool-Aid dispenser at camp or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying to find the thing that I've got on my sink.
And I've been getting her water from there, so now she's getting decent water.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, there's a good depiction of the thing I got. Uh,
Dayukorostu?
Tayab, yes, share now. This rat bastard, go. All right, so if you look right here, this is the normal tap, right? But
Okay,
this
then.
is the tap where the purified water comes out. Like you flip this little doohickey here, and it starts getting all the water from down here, right? Like these are the filters, and I guess that's the tank or something, and it fills up, like it filters a bunch of water out of the tap and puts it into the tank so you can get it out of here. But this is the regular tap that would have been there before all this nonsense was installed.
Moo.
Yeah. Like, is this a decent? Oh, that will take me to a site where I can buy it. God damn it, I hate that. Some of the best pictures are things you can't actually click. But I mean, that's a decent close up of what the extra tap looks like, the one that had to be installed. Right? So this flips upward,
Okay, then.
and the water comes out of there. Right? So, yeah. Oh, that's a good depiction. That's what it looks like, more or less. Like here's the filtered water, here's the regular tap. Easy.
That looks like it's installed in an RV.
Possibly. But this doohickey right
Oh, it
here
is
has to
RV
be
under
installed.
sink.
This one is not built in. That has to be manually, like deliberately custom installed. So yeah, that's what I got.
Moof beef.
And going to Vermont, that's something I might be able to do if I want to. Move beef.
Yes.
There's cows here. Actually, I don't know if people go cow tipping. I don't. I never lived in that part of the state, right? Like I lived in a part of the state that, if not actually urban, is not suburban either. Like I'm not actually sure what to call Burlington in terms of like this is what it is, because it's not a city, it's not a town, it's more than a town, it's not quite a city.
Okay.
Like, okay, this is near the college, right? I think Champlain College, not UVM, but I mean, this is clearly a street in a place that's not just out in the frickin' boonies. right? And if you just keep going, you start to see even more civilization here. But what would you call a place that is, like well, this doesn't represent it too well, but let's point ourselves towards downtown. Ah, damn it, this is not a good place to go looking. Hold on. Let me go over here. That. All right. I mean, this is clearly not the boonies. It's clearly not the wilderness, but it's also not, New York City, is it?
No, it's kind of nice that way, actually.
But what do you call this? It's not urban,
Small
but
town
it's not
America?
suburban. Well, but small town America implies like, oh yeah, it's mostly farmers and everyone has three teeth. I mean, it's
I
bigger than
don't
a
think
small
that.
town. I don't know. I mean, what would you call this? What is the technical term for a place that looks like this?
I don't know. Anybody out in side chat have any ideas? This
Did you
is
say
what. This
soy
is.
chat?
Huh?
Did you say soy chat?
Did I say that?
That's what I heard.
Ew. But that's what I had when I was living in Marietta, Ohio, and I liked it there, and I wish I could have found work and I could have stayed there, but unfortunately that was not to be.
It's funny. The Ben and Jerry's, the original Ben and Jerry's, used to be right here. There's a plaque there. But the funny thing is that this north, whatever that means, I don't even know what that means. But that has been there for as long as I can remember. That has never changed.
Ay, carista.
Yeah, same with this bank right here, except I think the sign outside has changed a couple of times. Plus, there used to be a fallout shelter sign on here somewhere, and I can't find the bastard anymore. And it makes me wonder if the fallout shelter is still there.
Uh,
But seriously, there used to be like a fallout shelter sign on here somewhere, that yellow and black sign with the
yep,
circle and the triangles
I
and all of
remember
that.
those.
I cannot find it anymore. Oh well. I mean, I guess this could be a corporate plaza, but I mean, I don't know what to call a place that looks like this, the technical
I
term.
just hope this works for you. I really do.
Mesopotamia, right? Someone should clean up Potamia at some point. They made such a mess of it.
Yes, sir.
Ken's Pizza and Pub. That was one thing I actually said to my dad when we finally made up. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to be in Vermont, here's one thing we've got to do. We got to try every pizza. Oh my gosh, is it just me or does that look like a Beatles album cover?
Ah!
But anyway, point being, like, I got to try every pizza joint, in the area, because when I was little, I didn't like pizza very much. Like, there was something about it, the super taster thing, and kids' taste buds are different and all of that. So I wasn't sure. Like I didn't eat a lot of pizza while I was there. Now there's a bunch of pizza joints that were there when I was a kid that are still there, and I want to try all of them and see which ones I like best. There's Mr. Mike's, there's Zachary's, there's Ken's, and I swear there's another one I'm forgetting. And I know there's probably others that I don't even know about it. Oh wait, the one I'm forgetting isn't there anymore. That's Dino's. But yeah, I got to try a bunch of local pizza joints.
Oh my.
Also, I got to see if I like calzones. The last time I really had an opportunity to have a calzone, it was when I wasn't enjoying that kind of food. I don't know. Do they put Parmesan in a calzone? Because if they don't, I'll probably like them.
I don't remember.
Let's see here. Well, it just says it's a folded over pizza, so it could be pretty much anything, I guess.
Okay, easy homemade calzone recipe. Here we go. Let's see what this one says. Oh my, oh my, oh my.
Oh, well, it just says here it's made from pizza dough stuffed with meats, cheeses, and vegetables. So basically, it's just a pizza burrito.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, well, wait. Each is then filled with cheeses such as ricotta, mozzarella, parmesan, provolone, and others. Yeah. How about just the mozzarella? Maybe the ricotta. I don't know,
Well,
but we can skip the parmesan. And I've had melted provolone that's good, but provolone without being melted smells like vomit.
okay. Now this recipe over here includes pizza dough, pizza sauce, yellow onion, bell pepper, pepperoni, mozzarella, olive oil. Okay.
Oh, Popeye's going to be pissed
Who? What? Where?
if we're cooking olive oil. Popeye's going to be angry.
Ah, cetereke. Meteorologotepetia ikarasada petrosto.
I would have figured if anybody here, you'd be the one to get that.
There you go. Well, I'm
I
still.
mean, come on, let's face it, Popeye is way before my time. The only contemporary Popeye I had was one, a Commodore 64 video game based on Popeye for some reason, and two, the Robin Williams movie.
Moo.
Yeah. Which I saw recently, and I was like, when the fuck was this a musical?
Vad, the Popeye?
Yeah, I did not remember that movie being a musical. And then I started watching it. I'm like, what the fuck? Everyone's singing.
I don't know. I did not see it. Of course, I didn't see it. I don't see anything.
Of course you didn't. It's got Robin Williams as Popeye. How did you not go see that?
Oh, I don't know how I didn't go to see it. I just haven't been in the, what's the word for it? The habit of going out to theaters.
Yeah, but, it was available on video for decades. Just saying. You spent way too much of your life not consuming pop culture.
Moof beef.
You really need more pop culture in your life. Absolutely, positively, you does.
Well, I don't know. As far as the pop culture goes, yeah, the Coke and the Sprite and Pepsi and those
See,
are
you
good
think you're
things.
funny, but you're not, and like, it's probably best if you don't kill the party while it's still going.
There you go. And
I'm just saying.
then there's this cat who's being a cat. You are being a cat.
Now I'm like super tempted to go and buy like the ingredients that I need to make the pizza paninis I was doing.
Oh, okay. That would be.
Do you remember those where I was making like I would take bread and marinara sauce and mozzarella and a bunch of pizza ingredients and put them on bread and just basically make toast out of it, but I'd squish the bread so it was like, the panini style.
Yeah, moo.
Yeah. I wonder, like, okay, someone who like has access to something that can super compress things should totally make like a panini diamond.
So let's see. A hydraulic press?
I guess whatever you use to make diamonds out of, like coal and shit out of carbon. I mean, I know that's possible. I've heard about how like you can give people lumps of your hair and they can make a diamond out of it and they charge you money for it apparently, but they can do it. And I was thinking, well, hey, why not do that to a sandwich?
Okay. Yeah, why not?
I'm not sure anyone has put together a similar sentence ever before talking about compressing a sandwich into a diamond. I hope I'm the very first person to suggest sandwich diamonds.
Yeah, there you go. Get a what's the word I'm looking for? Trademark.
Yes. Or a patent, even.
Diokorostu. Oh God. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Moo. That's what it is. It's very moo.
Yeah.
Okay, so something I hadn't realized before, and I'm probably dumb for having not realized it. Okay, Panini is a family name. Okay.
Hey, I don't know why that's important. I go into a restaurant and I order one, they're gonna know I mean the sandwich.
Daju korostu. But
I do like saying sandwich and sandwich. I don't know why. It's fun to say it that way.
But Panini America online store, yeah, the Panini Group, founded by Giuseppe Panini in 1961. Yay! I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I don't know what have we got.
Hmm. Well, anyway, it is 7:30 here, and
Oh
I
my.
am getting on the hungry. So I think it's time to like make with the dinner seeking, especially since I've been not eating except for that vanilla pudding through this whole stream, but I have been getting stoned, which means I'm a little bit on the munchies. So
Oh
I
man,
think it's time for the food making and the consuming and the not stream having because of it.
I feel bad that there's gonna be some period where you're not gonna have the grass.
Well, I mean, there will be some on the other side. It'll be greener, but
Yeah, but
yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I might know some people. I mean, it's legal, or at least decriminal, whatever. It's about like it is here, over there in terms of legality. But like they don't have a system for it. So I could probably find someone who grows their own.
yeah, there you go. That would work.
Yeah.
Move beef.
Anyway, I'm gonna make with the eating of things. Uh,
Okay, honey.
I will catch you like the plague. And like next time, eat a cookie before the stream, so you're not all loopy in the green room to the point where I'm asking if I need to dial 911.
Move beef. Yeah, and I'm telling you that I can't afford it.
Yeah. Well, at least you remember that part. All right,
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
catch you later. Have fun, everybody.
Take care, dear. Oh my. And I guess I'm gonna say that I want to thank everybody who's here, and I want to thank everybody who's not here, and encourage you to come by if you're not here, and I can say goodbye to you once you get here and stuff like that, and all kinds of good stuff. And yeah, you guys keep me going. I hate you for it. Oh my. But yeah, we'll keep it going, and I'm trying to get the wheels turning harder and trying to get things going again, and trying to get to work and work on a consistent basis, and we'll see how things go. I'm doing I'm editing a transgender chef episode. I started yesterday, and I'll finish it up today, and I'll have it released in a couple of days, and try to get stuff out on a regular basis there, and try to get more stuff going over here, and hopefully you guys will like it. And all right, night, trusty ape. You be good, and everybody be good and have fun. And thanks a lot, really, all of you. I am happy and thankful to have you guys around. I really am. And okay, I will therefore say thanks a lot, troops. See you on the other side.